Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rome, New York on this chilly Friday night, this September 28th, 2018, on CNY Stream. My name is Julian Barron, alongside Stephen Kemp with our producer Tate Sigworth, ready to bring you this matchup between your Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets and the Rome Free Academy Black Knights. And I'll tell you what, Stephen, last week certainly did not go the way the Hornets had hoped, but tonight they've got a chance to rebound on the road.
Well, last week was a pretty difficult game for the Hornets. We talked to Coach Mensch earlier before the game on the sideline tonight, and he said they battled that injury bug. We saw Trevor Fallon go down with a sprained ankle in the first quarter, followed by Zach Page with a lower back injury, probably a lower back pull or strain in the second quarter. And Mitchell Seabury was already inactive for that game. All three of them will be inactive tonight. That's 502 rushing yards on this season that will not be dressing tonight for the Hornets.
And tonight, because of the absence of so many running backs due to injury, we're going to see a lot of perhaps Jack Nucerino, and then perhaps not the Page that many had expected, Zach Page, who's out with an injury, but his younger brother Ethan Page. Stephen, we may see a good dose of him tonight.
So you're going to see Jack Nucerino. Last week he caught a 31-yard touchdown reception in the first quarter, opened up the game scoring to put it 7-0 as the Hornets run out to the field here, led by fullback linebacker Tim Shaw and wide receiver extraordinaire Jack Hanna. But Nucerino opened up the scoring last week. We saw him play a good role in the passing game early. I think that'll happen this week too. Evan Welling, 11 attempts, 32 yards on the year thus far, is going to do is going to get some good carries here. And Tim Shaw, Coach Mensch said that they really didn't want to have to turn to Tim Shaw as he starts on defense, is that defensive leader, but he's a guy that's going to want to play. So if we see this being a close game down late and they need a fullback to get through for a yard here, a yard there, they need someone to pump up this offense, don't be surprised to see number one out there on the field leading the charge.
And Steve, despite the fact that the Hornets did fall to the North Stars last week, Tim Shaw kept them in the game with some critical first down runs.
He had 6 first downs in the third quarter.
Just outstanding performance from him.
And not to mention, he did not miss a snap on defense.
He's also not a natural running back.
No, this guy is a fullback, and I'm here all for fullback love. This guy, he's getting the carries, but he also broke through for some 10 to 11-yard gains. It was an absolutely incredible performance by Tim Shaw last week, and in my opinion, should have been the CNY Stream Player of the Week. But we'll leave that to another discussion.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the man who ultimately did get the votes, to be the CNY Stream Player of the Week. His second consecutive vote for that category. Jack Hanna, who had a superb week last week, 2 touchdowns and over 100 yards receiving, and he had one huge connection with quarterback Owen Newman for a plus 50-yard touchdown grab, and he brought that ball in around midfield, and he turned on the afterburners and took off all the way for 6.
Jack Hanna has broken out here. So the first 2 games, Jack Hanna had I want to say around 3 to 4 receptions. And then all of a sudden, starting with his game against Cicero North Syracuse last week, yes. Brought in 2 touchdowns there. Brought in 2 touchdowns the week before as well. So you're going to see him play a pivotal role tonight. So far in the season, Jack Hanna, 10 receptions, 230 yards, 4 touchdowns. He also has a punt return touchdown, so this is a guy that's going to lead the charge on special teams and offense. And broke up a couple key passes last week, too, not to mention.
And Stephen, with the absence of so many running backs tonight for the Hornets, do you think we're going to see a lot more of Owen Newman passing?
Well, that wouldn't be surprising. See, the Rome Free Academy defense really hasn't had much ado about anything. They haven't scored an offensive touchdown the last 2 games. But their defense has allowed 40-plus points. And Owen Newman has a strong offensive line. We're going to see led by Charlie Gadsden, left tackle, and Preston Castor, right tackle. These are 2 big boys. They're 6'4", 270 for Gadsden, 310 for Castor. They're going to lead this charge against a pretty undersized Rome Free Academy front 7.
And we also have to talk about a couple of guys that may get some more action today due to the fact that there are several running backs missing from the normal starting lineup. Number 12, Nathan McCray may get some action, and then number 19, Charles Josephson. Josephson being the senior, and then McCray being the junior. Would not be surprised to see Coach Mensch go to the deepest part of his bag of tricks.
Charlie Josephson starts on defense, so it would not be surprising at all to see multiple 2-way starters for tonight's game. Coach Mensch has a bunch of guys. This was a plug-and-play running-based offense before, and I really don't expect for it to change that much tonight. I wouldn't be surprised seeing a lot more of the passing game coming in. Trevor Porzusic's obviously a key part of there. They play the alma mater here.
So we'll step aside for just a moment and be back on CMY Stream. And welcome back here to Rome, New York for this matchup between the Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets and the Rome Free Academy Black Knights. The Hornets coming into this game 3-1 with an opportunity to move to 4-1 on the season and continue to assert their dominance in Section 3 Class AA. While the Black Knights, they're just looking for their first win of the year, Steven. And here at home, under the lights, homecoming night, perhaps they have an opportunity to pull the upset.
Well, really, Fayetteville-Manlius offense is injury-plagued, as we've said before. We went to that break as Rome Free Academy wraps up their alma mater right here. This injury bug has plagued the Fayetteville-Manlius offense pretty badly here, and let's see if those problems might spread to defense because of fatigue of guys having to play 2A. There's a lot going right here for tonight for Rome Free Academy. They had a rough week last week. It was a 3-0 ball game before it gets canceled and moved to Saturday with those extremely abnormal and weird circumstances that happened last week. Julian, why don't you explain what happened last week?
Well, of course, we had the situation on Friday where there were storms rolling through central New York, some severe thunderstorms, and they ended up having to cancel most of Section 3 football on Friday evening. So what ended up happening is we had to push, or when I say we, I mean Section 3, they had to push all of the games during the day and into the evening on Saturday. So everybody was a little bit discombobulated, and when it comes right down to it, it's really impressive that Fayetteville-Manlius played the way they did, despite the fact that they did not win, considering the circumstances.
Well, if you thought Fayetteville-Manlius' circumstances, having most of their student section out because they had other events already planned for other Fayetteville-Manlius athletics on Saturday night, let's talk about Rome Free Academy. They moved their game up on Friday trying to get it in. And what happens, but it's 3-0 in the third quarter with Rome Free Academy only down by 3 points, a field goal to Baldwinsville, when they have to cancel the game to Lightning. They delay the game for 2 hours before they end up canceling it and resume the game Saturday. These poor Rome Free Academy kids had to trek all the way back to Rome, which is over an hour's drive to Baldwinsville.
That's right.
And then had to come back here, go back the next morning to play at 11 a.m. So that game ended up finishing 31-6, only 3-0 in the third quarter. So those Rome Free Academy kids were very close. They were salivating at the taste of victory right there. Just didn't get to them as the captains walk out to midfield.
Yeah, that's right. Looks like, I want to make sure we got who we got here. Jack Hanna alongside Tim Shaw, and then number 4, Trevor Fallon, who's injured, walking out in his sweatpants.
And then there's big man number 61, the left tackle, Preston Castor.
So they go out to Make sure everything's straightened up and the coin toss is carried out.
This is a statement game for both teams tonight.
No doubt about it. And Rome Free, of course, they really have nothing to lose. They're going to pull out all the stops to try and get their first victory.
Big crowd here tonight. A bunch of students are here. Cheerleaders out. Band having a very large pre-game performance here filled with mirrors and color guard and everything. I've seen that before.
It was really something, wasn't it, Stephen?
It looked more something like you'd see at the beginning of an Olympic Games before you'd see it on Friday Night Lights.
It was like a circus out here in a really good way. Everybody was really getting hyped up for this game, and we know that Rome Free Academy is itching to get their first victory of the year. And if they could do it against a team like the Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets, all the better, Stephen.
Well, Fayetteville-Manlius has a statement to prove here, too. It's not like they're out here nonchalantly just playing another football game. Fayetteville-Manlius has the injury bug, has team leaders out. Said before, 502 yards on the season, going to be inactive tonight. With that being the case, what do you got to do but play your heart out and really try to say, hey, we're not a one-horse, two-horse team. This team is deep. Well, this team is as deep as the Marianas Trench.
That's right. And when we talked to Coach Mensch before the game, he made it very clear that despite the fact that there are so many injuries plaguing Fayetteville-Manlius, he has not lost a bit of confidence in his team.
No, not at all. This team, plug and play. That's the thing. When someone's not going to find the gaps, when someone's not able to dress because they've got a hamstring or a lower back or an ankle injury, that doesn't matter because they're going to be able to get out here, find the gaps, gain some yardage, and just run the ball down the throat of whomever's on the other side of the line that week.
So Fayetteville-Manlius will receive the ball to begin the game. Going back deep to return will be Jack Hanna alongside Evan Welling. Welling on the near side, Hanna on the far side. The ball is getting teed up, ready to go here in Rome, New York, between the 0-4 Black Knights and the 3-1 Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets. The ball's on the tee.
Number 16, Logan DeLutis on the kick right there.
The kick is off and returned around the 30-yard line, and that's where he'll be taking down the returner, the up man on the play. And FM will begin their drive, their first of the night, the first of this ball game. Let's see what Owen Newman can do against the Black Knights.
Owen Newman last week had a fantastic game passing. Absolutely, as a guy who hasn't had to pass all season, having put that position, really incredible week. 351 yards, 6 touchdowns on the season.
First play of the game, Newman lined up under center with the back behind him. Here comes the handoff, run to the left side, and he'll be tackled after a gain of about 4 yards on the play. And on the run there, looked like number 20, Evan Welling. So he'll get his first carry of the game and what will likely be a revolving door of running backs.
Offset I formation right there.
Second down and 7 here with 11:36 to go in the first quarter. Run to the right side, but it'll be blown up in the backfield. A loss of looks to be about 4 yards in the play, so it'll be third down and 11 to go for the first.
Looks like number 10, Ethan Page, tripped right there. Just lost his footing right here. Artificial turf field here, just lost his footing. That's a big loss right there as we hit third down right now.
Third down and 11. Newman lined up under center with one wide to the near side. That's Jack Hanna. Newman back to pass. He's firing deep downfield. He's got a man open, but he overthrows his intended receiver on the play. Unfortunately for the Hornets, could not get it into the hand of Evan Welling, so it'll be fourth down and long. They'll likely punt the ball.
Evan Welling lined up in the slot right there, just was unable to hit that post route. Was overthrown right there. Really unfortunate and really wide open right here. They had 3 guys running deep, all wide open.
And so FM sends out their punting unit. The punt is up and away. It's a good one down to about the 40-yard line. It'll take a bounce deeper into Rome territory. And the Black Knights will set up shop at their own 35-yard line. So with 10:57 to go in the first quarter, 0-0 game, the Black Knights will get their first chance on offense.
And the Black Knight offense here really is led by their receiving game. Number 6, Anthony Cutta, is really a solid receiver right here, and you're going to see him probably get the helping share of receptions.
So first play of the game, 3 split out wide, 2 to the near side, 2 running backs in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it off, looking for room at the left side as the running back coming out of the play, and he will be blown up in the backfield. That was number 5 on the carry. Amir Williams on the carry.
Christopher Orton, their quarterback right here, so far in this season, 140 yards and a touchdown, 11 for 23. Expect him to be able to get in this pocket, but watch out. He's made a couple of not-so-nice throws, interception on the year thus far.
So it'll be 2nd down and 13 with 10:30 to go in the first quarter. Orton lined up in the gun, flanked by running backs. Now a man in motion to the near sideline. Orton takes the snap, fires it to the near side, but it's over the head of his intended receiver. Looked like number 28, Gary Kimball, was coming in to try and get the reception, but just over his head from Orton. It'll be 3rd down and 13.
Gary Kimball, mostly a defensive guy, as he checks out of the game right here for number 80, James McCune. And Gary Kimball right there just overthrew his guy in the backfield, although FM was really ready to pounce on that one right there.
So 3rd down and 13. Orton lined up at the gun with a back to his left, 4 wide, and 3 to the near side. Orton takes the snap, fires deep downfield, and he overthrows his intended receiver in double coverage. That's incomplete. Looking for number 18, Cam Williams, but could not connect. It'll be 4th down and 13.
Well, Orton right there overthrew 2 passes in a row. He looks pretty unsteady in the pocket right there, not looking like he's really adjusted to a pretty solid Fayetteville-Manlius defense who had a really stellar opening start to the season before playing a couple of tough teams in Utica Proctor and CNS.
Well, he's certainly been under a lot of pressure, and that's what this FM front will bring. The punt is clean and away. A line drive kick down to the 45 takes an FM bounce, or rather a roam-free bounce, down to the 40, and that's where the ball will be down. So the Hornets will start their second drive of the day with 10:09 to go in the first quarter from their own 40-yard line. And perhaps we'll see Owen Newman throwing on the early downs this time, Stephen.
Well, Tim Shaw comes in the game, the fullback. That's certainly a chance. Tim Shaw can block and Tim Shaw can run the ball. Don't be surprised to see him used as a leading blocker right here. But Owen Newman almost had successor there for a very large gain to Evan Welling on the 3rd down play last drive.
So 1st down and 10, Owen Newman under center. Here comes the handoff to Tim Shaw. Shaw looking for room to the right side. He barrels forward for a gain of 6 yards on the play. A nice heavy run from Tim Shaw. It's 2nd down and 4.
Justin Brooks comes checking into the game here. He's a primarily blocking tight end for number 87, Trevor Porzusic, a receiving type tight end. Don't be surprised to see the run here to wherever Brooks' side is.
2nd down and 4. Owen Newman hands it off again to Shaw. Shaw powering forward, close to the 1st down marker. He'll be about 1 yard short, so it'll be 3rd down and 1.
As we see a couple, number 44, 1975, a strong set formation right here. You're going to see them look for a power back. Don't be surprised to see Tim Shaw get the carry right here.
And number 44, Michael D'Ambrosio coming into the game. Haven't seen much of him so far this year. 3rd down and 1. Newman lined up under center, 3 backs behind him. Here comes the handoff to Shaw. He barrels forward. He's got the 1st down and more. Deeper into roam-free territory. He's close to the 40-yard line. It'll be about the 41.
Well, look at Fayetteville-Manlius using the heavy set formation right there, really making sure they got all their guys out there ready to barrel through that roam-free defense.
So they'll spot it officially at the 42-yard line. 1st down and 10. They hurry back to the line. Owen Newman under center, 2 backs behind him. Play action. Newman back to pass. Fires on the run. It's brought in by Porzusic. 1st down and more. And Porzusic is across the 25-yard line, close to the 20. We'll see where they spot it, but it's a fresh set of downs for FM.
Great rollout by Owen Newman right there. You know, the pocket a little bit collapsed such a bit. He had number 63, Colin Rockensteyer, right there, almost ready to make the stack. But Owen Newman pulls set and gives it right to Porzusic.
So Porzusic checks out. 1st down and 10. Newman hands it off up the middle. Once again, looks like Shaw on the carry. He'll carry it for a nice gain of 8 yards. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 or 3 to go.
Owen Newman right there leading this offense very quickly. A couple quick snaps here. When he gets to the line, he's ready to snap the ball and put that ball in play.
8:37 to go in the first quarter. 2nd down and 3 from around the 17-yard line. Handoff up the middle, and it looks like they'll be close to the 1st down marker on the carry by Tim Shaw. See if they spot it, and they do indeed spot it for a 1st down. So that'll move the change as FM will line up at about the 14-yard line of Rome.
That's Tim Shaw's third carry on 3rd down to get to a 1st down on this drive alone.
Owen Newman under center, 1st down and 10. Here comes the handoff on the end around, looking for room on the near sideline. Evan Welling is barreling forward, and he's down to the 10-yard line, and he recovers nicely on what was originally a blown-up play. So he'll gain about 4 yards in the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6 or 7 to go.
Great job by Evan Welling, letting his feet keep moving, but watching the play develop in front of him, looking where the holes will be as the defense readjusts to an outside run.
7:53 to go in the first quarter, and it'll be 2nd down and 7 from the 10-yard line. Owen Newman under center. Here comes the handoff to the right side. Again, it's Welling. Welling cutting it back inside, and Welling is down to about the 8-yard line. So we'll call it a gain of maybe 3 yards on the play. 3rd down and 3 or 4 coming up here for the first.
Well, 3rd down play wins in here as Ethan Page, number 10, checks into the game. So does number 1, Tim Shaw.
Oh, my. We know what that means.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a fullback carry right here, although Shaw, a very capable blocker.
3rd down and 3 with 7:19 to go in the first quarter, and now we have a flag out before the play. And it looks like we may have a sideline warning charged against the FM Hornets.
Well, you got to keep your guys off the sideline right there. A lot of times coaches have their designated coaches, but when you got an exciting drive like this, wouldn't be surprised to see your guys get a little bit too close to the playing field.
So we'll try 3rd down and 3 again, this time with 7:10 in the first quarter. Owen Newman lined up under center, man running behind him. We have a stoppage before the play. And it looks like we got a flag out. We'll see what the call is. So it'll be a encroachment penalty against RFA, and so that should give the Hornets a 1st down just on the 5 yards. And it will. 1st down and goal from the 3-yard line. Owen Newman will split the huddle and head back under center. 1st down and goal. Newman, the handoff right side. Tim Shaw barrels forward. Touchdown, Hornets.
Tim Shaw really doing all the work he can. This guy does not quit whatsoever.
With 6:59 to go in the first quarter, Tim Shaw takes it in for the score. 6-0 Fayetteville-Manlius. And we'll see if the extra point goes through. They're lining up for it.
What an excellent drive by the Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets, really pushing the ball down the field.
Ignazik kicks this ball. It's up, and it is good. It's 7-0 Fayetteville-Manlius with 6:59 to go in the first quarter. Steven, that's the kind of stuff you want to see on your second drive of the game.
Well, Tim Shaw, it's not like the gaps are wide open. You know, his linemen do a great job of giving him room to run and room to accelerate.
Right.
But these gaps aren't wide open. Tim Shaw just barrels through people. He's not this kind of finesse-type running back you see oftentimes that is going to get a bunch of carries. He is a workhorse. He just gets the ball and just when his legs start moving, they're not going to stop moving until he hits the ground. And usually that's after a solid game, Julian.
And, Steven, sometimes it seems like Tim Shaw's so elusive. You'd think that he took a bath in a vat of grease before the game. I mean, he is slipping through guys at just an unbelievable rate.
Is it slipping through guys, or is he just pushing them out of the way?
It's tough to tell.
I kind of just think he doesn't care whoever's in black across from him. Whoever is on RFA, they're not going to be able to stop him. They usually need 2 or 3 guys to bring this guy down.
Well, now it's all going to be up to the Hornets defense to hold RFA after that big score. It's 7-0 with 6:59 to go in the first quarter. They line up for the kickoff. The ball's on the tee. Ignazik backs up. Or rather, that is Massimo Giacona. And Giacona runs up to it. And Squibb kicks this ball down to the 30-yard line where it'll be fielded cleanly, taken to the 35, stumbling to the 37-yard line, and that's where RFA will start their next drive.
James McCune on that play wasn't tackled by a guy in white for Fayetteville-Manlius. Nope. He was tackled by his own teammate, running into the other guy trying to block for him.
Yikes. Shades of the butt fumble.
Not what you like to see if you're just trying to respond right here to a really strong Fayetteville-Manlius drive.
So 1st down and 10 for RFA. Orton lined up at the gun. 2 wide to the near side, 1 to the far side, flanked by running backs in the backfield. Orton takes the snap, hands it off to his running back. He's blown up in the backfield. A loss of maybe 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and long.
Listen, it's never a good sign when you see the entire defensive line in the backfield, entire offensive line already at the linebackers. These guys aren't holding their blocks long enough for the play to progress, and so these plays are going to get blown up in the backfield or perhaps quite close to the line of scrimmage.
So they'll officially call it a loss of 2. 2nd down and 12 with 6:29 to go in the first quarter. Orton lined up at the gun again, flanked by running backs. 2 wide to the near side. Orton takes the snap, fires to the far sideline. It's brought in for the completion, diving forward. He's close to the first down marker. He's got it, and that moves the change down to the 48-yard line of RFA, and they'll continue their drive there.
Cam Williams, really nice reception right there. A go and pick back route right there. He ran and cut. As soon as he cut back, Orton was ready for him to throw. This was a good play by that offense.
So first down and 10, Orton again in the gun with running backs on each side. From the 48-yard line, their own 48. Here's the handoff up the middle, looking for room, and he'll gain maybe 2 yards in the forward progress. A whole pile of Hornets there. Looked like Amir Williams on the carry.
Benjamin Blyler almost had him in the backfield. And Amir Williams was able to slip right by him and get back to the line of scrimmage at least.
So it'll officially be second down and 9 with 5:40 to go here in the first quarter of play. Orton in the gun again, as he's been pretty much all game so far. 2 wide to the near sideline, 1 in the slot. Orton takes the snap, fires immediately to the far sideline, brought in by Cam Williams. He's got a first down. He's pushing forward. He's across the 40-yard line, and he'll be down to the 36. Another play where Cam Williams comes up big on that immediate pass from Orton.
Well, Orton right here is picking apart this zone coverage by the secondary of Fayetteville-Manlius. These guys aren't picking up the routes. You know, they've got a guy coming quick, and the safety's just not able to get there in time. Orton with a really quick, good vision right there.
So first down and 10 from about the 38-yard line of the Hornets. Orton lined up at the gun. And here's the handoff. Big hole for Amir Williams, and he's down with a gain of about 9 yards. Or rather, that may have been somebody else carrying the ball there. Gary Kimball on the carry.
Gary Kimball getting to the outside of those tackles. Number 78, Billy Mays, really opening up that.
So it'll be first down and 10. They officially call it a gain of 10 yards. And so with 4:47 to go in the first quarter, Orton again in the gun. This time 2 wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. Flanked by running backs, as he so often is. Orton takes the snap, and on the option play, keeps it himself. Orton looking for room. And he'll take it up the middle for a gain of about 5 yards.
Great read by Chris Orton right there. He just had the ability, as face mask penalty on Fayetteville-Manlius is going to set them much closer. That puts it into the red zone.
Yeah, didn't even really see that flag come out, but they do call that face mask, so that'll push him deeper into Hornet territory.
But Chris Orton, great read right there. He just, in the backfield, the play blew up, and it was almost as he was about to hand it off, he said, you know what, I'm going to take it myself. And great play right there.
It was a good choice, I think, by Orton. Nearly had that play blown up. But instead, the Hornets commit a face mask. And now it's first down and 10 from about the 17-yard line of the Hornets. Orton in the gun, takes the snap, hands it off left side. Amir Williams looking for the edge. He's got it. He's close to the first down marker towards the far sideline. We'll see where they officially call it. Now we got a flag out after the play.
That was a late hit.
Yeah, we got a lot to wrap up here for you.
You saw Amir Williams go down a solid 2 to 3 seconds after the whistle was blown.
So the official spot should be about 2 yards short of the first down marker, but we'll see what the penalty causes. Let's see. The flag seemed to come out after the play. It's holding, charge against the defense. And so it'll be a first down and goal for RFA with 4:03 to go.
Talk about RFA responding right here with an absolutely great drive.
So they'll be at about the 4-yard line, first down and goal. Orton in the gun. Waiting for the snap. Orton takes the snap, a high snap, running up the middle, and he's going to be denied on the carry. And so it'll call it about second down and goal from the 5-yard line, loss of 1.
Fayetteville-Manlius goal line defense was on top of that play. They knew it coming from the start that it was going to be a run, probably right up the A gap or maybe even the B gap, and they tackled that.
Steve, did Orton keep that ball?
He did.
Yeah, it sure did seem like he did. There were a whole bunch of Black Knights in around him. Man in motion, second down and goal from the 5-yard line. Orton takes the snap, rolls immediately to the near sideline, throws on the run to the end zone, diving for the ball, but he could not get to it. It'll be third down and goal. Again, it's his top target there, number 18 on the play, Cam Williams, but just could not get it into his hands. So it'll be third down and goal from the 5-yard line with 3:08 to go in the first quarter.
Josephson, Conley, and McCray all in the backfield, almost getting to the quarterback, and he had to throw on the run, and that caused an incompletion.
And now we have a timeout called by RFA. So we'll take a breather here. And, Steven, one thing that you surely have to note after the first, call it 9 minutes of this game, is that these teams on offense both move very quickly.
They're very quickly. When they call a play, they're ready to get to the line. We haven't seen a lot of dead time at the line thus far in this game.
So 3:08 to go in the first quarter. RFA will talk about what they want to do on third down and goal from the 5-yard line. And the Hornets come back out defensively.
Look for RFA to try to do something a little bit different right here. This is a team that doesn't get a lot of scoring opportunities. Again, hasn't scored an offensive touchdown in the last 2 games. Let's see if they break that streak right here.
So Orton in the gun, third down and goal from the 5-yard line. Black Knights trying to punch it in. Orton takes the snap, fires on a fade to the near sideline, and it's overthrown into the hands of Cam Williams, but it looks like he caught it out of bounds, well out of bounds. And so it'll be fourth down and goal from the 5-yard line. The crowd reaction was as if he caught it for a touchdown, but he was well out of bounds. It had me double-checking myself there.
Even if it had been in bounds, Jordan Liu's superb coverage on the play probably wouldn't have been able to bring that ball down. Jordan Liu's had a couple of great pass breakups last week.
Steve, I think they're going to go for it here.
Wouldn't surprise me. They need to keep in this ball game to stay competitive, something they haven't been in a game all season.
7-0 Hornets. Fourth down and goal from the 5-yard line. The Black Knights trying to tie this game up with a touchdown. Orton in the gun, takes the snap, rolls to the near side, fires to the corner, and it's incomplete, and no flags on the play. It'll be a turnover on downs, trying to get it to number 6, Anthony Cutta, but not able to get it into his hands, just overthrew him, and he was well covered, Steve.
They had 3 receivers on a cross route in the end zone trying to bring that ball in. He had multiple options. He had Cutta, his season target, and he had Cam Williams who had a couple of big receptions on that drive. He had multiple guys in the end zone, but well covered by the Fayetteville-Manlius secondary.
It's like you're playing Madden out there. You got to get a guy into the end zone. You just run a bunch of crossing patterns, hope someone gets open. That's essentially what they did. So 2:59 to go in the first quarter. First down and 10 for the Hornets. Run to the left side and powering forward to the 10-yard line is Evan Welling. It'll be a gain of 5 yards, second down and 5.
Evan Welling got to the outside and tackled Charlie Gadsden, led the way on that block. Jack Hannon with a great crackback really opened things up on the outside.
So 2:39 to go here in the first quarter of play. Second down and 5 for the Hornets at their own 10-yard line. Owen Newman under center. Here comes the handoff to the right side. Barreling forward as the running back. And now the ball comes out, and Rome says they have it, and they do.
It seems that he lost that ball as he was going to the ground, and he did not have his knee down yet. It kind of just slipped out of his hands. Butterfingers might have been the case on that carry, Julian.
And the Black Knights able to get the ball back inside of Hornets territory, deep in Hornets territory, and it looked like Evan Welling was the one that fumbled on the play.
Evan Welling had another decent gap and just lost the ball, and has given the Black Knights a chance to do what they couldn't do on the last drive and score in the red zone.
So Orton in the gun. 2:24 to go in the first quarter. Lined up at the 15-yard line of the Hornets. Here's the handoff on the draw up the middle to Amir Williams, but he will be stood up for a gain of maybe a yard on the play. Second down and 9 coming up.
Again, blown up at the line of scrimmage. This offensive line is not holding back the trio of Conley, Ewert, and Josephson.
So the Black Knights line up second down and About 9 or 10 yards to go. Didn't really get much on the previous play. Orton flanked by backs, man in motion now to the near sideline. Orton takes the snap, pumps now, fires to the end zone on a long, deep pass that's intercepted in the end zone. It'll be a touchback for the Hornets. A great read and a great play. That's number 13, Jordan Lewis.
Second interception in 2 weeks. Jordan Lewis picked off Connor Hayes, the All-State quarterback last week. This week, getting Chris Orton to throw right to him in the end zone.
So 1:40 to go here in the first quarter, and the Hornets get it right back.
Well, this has just been a back and forth. Let's see if the Hornets can take care of the football on this drive and march down the field as they tried to do last.
So quickly, first down and 10, handoff up the middle, looking for room is Evan Welling. He'll be battered down with a gain of maybe 8 or 9 on the run. It'll be second down and short coming up here.
Jack Nucerino, actually.
Jack Nucerino, hello.
His first carry of the game. Getting to the line of scrimmage, powering through, getting those linebackers in the second level, but just got stopped right there, and then a crew of Black Knights.
So Newman under center, second down and short. Here's the handoff right side. This time it is Evan Welling, and he'll be blown up in the backfield for a loss of 3 yards. So now it's Ethan Page, okay.
Again, the slew of running backs is not easy to handle.
Wow.
You think it's difficult when you know them all already. Talk about when you got to go back and deep to the depth chart.
Certainly did think it was Evan Welling, but no, it's Ethan Page. So many guys coming in here. Third down and 5. On the play action, Owen Newman backing up, looking for room with trying to direct traffic. He'll be taken down well in the backfield. So with under a minute to go here in the first quarter, the Hornets will bring out the punt team.
Oh, looks like Newman could not see anyone open right there. I think he had a tough time. He had a tough time visualizing the play. The line of scrimmage blew up and got a little bit too close to Newman as he cocked his arm back multiple times and just was not able to find an open man to throw to.
So the punt team comes on for the Hornets with 17 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. The punt is clean and it is off high in the air, and it'll take an FM bounce down across the 50-yard line. It'll go out of bounds to the near sideline at the 48. And that is where the Black Knights will start their drive with 7 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of play.
Black Knights interception on the last drive. Let's see if they can take care of the ball and march down the field and maybe put one in the end zone for the first time in 3 games.
So the Black Knights trying to get something going here in a 7-0 game in which the Hornets lead. Orton in the gun. First down and 10 with 7 seconds left in the first quarter. Orton takes the snap, fires immediately near sideline, brought in by Cam Williams. And he's got a gain of about 7 or 8 yards on the play. It'll be second down and short into Hornets territory. And now we'll move into the second quarter play. We'll be right back for the second quarter and much more. 7-0 Hornets on CMY Stream. And welcome back here to CMY Stream. 12 fresh minutes on the clock for the second quarter play. Orton lined up in the gun. Second down and 2. Pumps and now steps up, trying to evade a tackle. Fires deep downfield. Nobody there. It's incomplete. Just absolutely no one in the vicinity. So it'll be third down and 2. They'll line up once again at the 44-yard line of the Hornets. The Black Knights trying to progress deeper into FM territory.
Good on Chris Orton right there to step up in the pocket and get rid of the football, not allowing for a sack to happen. You can't be losing yards on a second down and short, because then you have a third down and long.
That is true. Third down and about 2 yards to go for the first. Orton again in the gun. 2 wide to the near side. 1 man in the slot. Orton, high snap, back to pass. Nearly bobbles the snap. It comes out, and well, let's see what they call it here. Looks like they just took him down to the backfield. He's able to hold on to the ball, so they'll bring out the punting unit. But, man, Steven, he was trying to go with the handoff or maybe the read option, and he just got blown up along with his teammate as the Hornets came racing in.
Forgive me for a better term right here, but a swarm of Hornets led by
Yeah.
Charlie Josephson got into that backfield and blew up that play, causing here a punt on 4th down.
Yeah, can't avoid that. We're going to get one swarm reference per game. 11:23 to go in the second quarter, and the punt is nearly blocked, but now goes in the hands of a returning Jack Hanna, who calls for a fair catch at the 15-yard line.
That's his second punt today that Braden Florzik has almost blocked. This guy's a special teamer, loves his role on special teams.
Who wouldn't, you know?
I mean,
getting a chance on special teams is just like any other chance on the football field.
I know, it's fun, and your role in special teams, you have a chance to impact games in a way that not a lot of people do. You know, changing momentum on special teams, a punt block or a big kick return, that's big.
So 1st down and 10 for the Hornets. Under center is Owen Newman, and he hands it off up the middle, powering forward one of his slew of running backs, and they'll gain about 3 yards in the play. Looks like number 32 on the carry. That was Jack Nucerino, so it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Jordan Lewis and Trevor Porzusik coming to the game. Wouldn't be surprised to see a pass here, Julian.
Wouldn't surprise me either. They're bringing out that package. Owen Newman under center, 2 backs behind him per usual, 1 wide to the near side. You called it, Steven. Play action, firing deep downfield. He's got Jack Hanna across midfield. Jack Hanna racing across the 30-yard line, and Hanna will be taken down deep into Black Knights territory to the 25-yard line. And Steven, can you pass me a little bit of that magic?
You get lucky every once in a while, Julian, and right there, I saw it coming ahead. I had the vision. Jack Hanna with an excellent route there. He beat double coverage, Julian.
The Hornets move all the way down to the 25-yard line of the Black Knights with 10:38 to go in the second quarter, already leading this game 7-0. Owen Newman lined up under center. And here comes the handoff, running to the near side, looking for room and powering his way for a gain of about 5 yards. Evan Welling on the carry.
Welling getting the helping hand, the paternal share of carries right there.
And they're going to spot a little bit less than 5. Call it maybe 2 or 3 yards. Officially 2nd down and 8 on the scoreboard. We'll go with that. Gain of 2 on the carry. Owen Newman under center, 2nd down and 8. Back to pass, play action, firing near side. Jack Hanna, but it's intercepted. The route is undercut, and Owen Newman is denied. RFA gets it back on a superb play.
What an excellent interception right there. It was Jack Hanna was coming in. Trevor Porzusik coming off the field, not happy with his QB. Porzusik thought he was open.
That was Isaiah Garner on the pick.
Isaiah Garner, excellent diving. He had to use all of his 6'1" length to get that play.
So RFA will line up deep inside their own territory. 1st down and 10 from about the 5. Orton takes the snap, hands it off in the backfield. The play is blown up, but they are able to recover, get back close to the line of scrimmage, but it'll be a loss of maybe 2 yards in the play. So 2nd down and 12 from their own 3 coming up.
You saw Charlie Josephson smack his hands together like, man, almost had that 2-point safety. He was really close on that one, Julian.
And they got to be real careful here, and the Black Knights backed up to their own 3-yard line. 2nd down and 12. Orton in the gun, standing in his own end zone. Orton claps, takes the snap, back to pass, fires quick, incomplete to the near side. Just a little bit too quick for his route to develop. He was looking for Cam Williams. It'll be 3rd down and 12.
We've seen Orton in this Black Knight offense turn to the hook routes consistently throughout this half. And Cam Williams did not have enough time to let the route develop before the ball had to come in.
9:22 to go in the second quarter. 3rd down and 12 coming up for RFA on their own 3-yard line. 7-0 Hornets the score. Orton alone in the gun. 2 wide to the near side, takes the snap, rolls in his own end zone, fires downfield, and that ball is brought in. Oh no, they're going to call it incomplete. nearly had it, but he bobbled the ball. That would have been a big gain, first down and more, down to the 30-yard line, about the 25, 30-yard line, but instead it'll be 4th down and 11. Steven, I was fooled there for a moment, and I think a lot of people were. The crowd was getting riled up.
My heart jumped a little bit right there, but Orton's pocket collapsed. I mean, he rolls to the right, and all of a sudden the entire defensive line saw it, shifts all their gaps directly to the left, able to get in the backfield and cause an incompletion.
So here comes the punt. This one is high and away down to the 30-yard line. It'll take a bounce to the 35, and that's where FM will set up shop at the 35-yard line, not their own, at the RFA 35-yard line. So nice starting field position for the Hornets with 9:06 to go in the second quarter.
Good on Riley Brody, the punter right there, to get the punt off. It's pretty difficult to punt the ball consistently and well inside your own end zone, especially with Braden Florzik, the great special teamer, coming right down your throat.
So Owen Newman will line up under center, 1st down and 10, handoff up the middle, and powering forward as Tim Shaw runs over a man. And he'll have a gain of maybe 8 or 9 yards on the play. 2nd down and short coming up here.
Tim Shaw barreled through a guy with his entire lower body horizontal, parallel to the ground, just using his core strength to hit another guy and gain about another 3 yards, Julian.
So 2nd down and 2 from the 28-yard line. Handoff again up the middle. Tim Shaw's got the 1st down and a little bit more. So fresh set of downs for the Hornets as they move deeper into RFA territory. They'll line up at about the 25-yard line.
New Serena checks into the game for Shaw, whose 2 carries just gave the Hornets a fresh set of downs.
So they'll officially call it the, looks like, oh no, they're going to hand off up the middle, breaking free with room on the carry. It's a touchdown for FM. Oh my goodness, that came out of nowhere, didn't it? That's Jack Nucerino.
Jack Nucerino's 2nd touchdown carry and 3rd touchdown overall on the year gives the Hornets the 13-0 lead pending an extra point.
Wow.
Jack
that
Nucerino,
was fast.
I mean, he saw the gap and he all of a sudden shifted back towards the hash mark and then went outside for the touchdown. Jack Nucerino, great running right there and great running IQ.
So Ignazik on to try the extra point with 8:26 to go in the second quarter. And the kick is up, and it is good. 14-0 FM with 8:26 to go, like I said, in the second quarter of play. And that play came out of nowhere. It looked like whoever was running on the play, that was Jack Nucerino, or now we know that it was Jack Nucerino, was just stopped in a pile of guys, but instead he breaks free, and all of a sudden he's racing down the near sideline. He's got a touchdown.
Well, something that happens with a lot of running backs, especially younger running backs who don't see enough carries during the game, they try to force the play. So they're told to go up this one gap, and I'm just going to go up this one gap. But when the play blows up, they're going to be hit with a loss. Nucerino right there, let the play develop in front of him, keeps his feet moving, saying, hey, let me watch where these linebackers are going to come in. And he sees the outside gap with a blocker right there, takes it, and takes it to the house.
Yeah, nothing was going to stop Jack Nucerino on that one. Legs of steel, managing to stay upright and get into the end zone. So we'll line up for the kickoff. Giacona puts it on the tee at the 40-yard line. 14-0 Hornets here.
Giacona kicking off for the Hornets.
8:26 to go in the second quarter. Giacona raises his hand, runs up to the ball, and kicks it off. This one a high kick, not very deep, fielded at the 28-yard line, and that'll be taken up to the 40-yard line, across the 40 to the 43, and that's where RFA will start their next drive, trying to finally get into the end zone, and they've been close a couple of times, Steve.
RFA just has to show more composure on their offense. They've forced the issue, having a couple passes and plays that really didn't pan out. Let the play develop, adapt to the defense. They're forcing the issue more than they should.
So Orton lined up in the pistol formation, and now they'll make it the true gun with the back to his left and 2 wide to each side. 1st down and 10 from the 43. Handoff to the right side. That's Amir Williams, and Williams spinning his way for a gain of about 5 yards in the play. It'll be 2nd down and halfway to go.
Amir Williams goes up the middle, but there's nothing there for him. The Hornet defense really sound on the interior run game thus far.
So 2nd down and about 6 yards to go for the first. 1st down marker right about midfield right now. So that's where they're trying to get to. Orton in the gun, trips right. So one man to the left with it back to his left. Orton claps, takes the high snap, and now running the run-pass option. Orton will keep it, and he is blown up in the backfield again. So that'll be a major loss in the play, about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Orton had trips to his right, and all of them were running the same route. It was a hook, and it was about a 5-yard hook, and right back to it. Nobody was open, and so Orton had to take it, and ultimately it went for a loss.
So officially they'll call it 3rd down and 7 with 7:21 to go here in the second quarter of play. Trips right again. One man to the left of Orton in the backfield. And now they'll move the man from the right to the left, so it'll be 2 wide to each side. Orton will take the high snap. 3rd down and 7. He fires to the near sideline. That ball is intercepted by FM. A leaping grab by Jack Hanna on the other side of the ball.
Jack Hanna came over the top of the receiver. Jack Hanna just mossed Anthony Cutta.
My goodness. Jack Hanna came flying out of nowhere.
What a catch.
Went on top of Cutta.
And then manages to get both feet down. He had all the momentum. He had to stop himself before he came in, or else he would have been jumping 5-6 feet out of bounds. What an interception. So my golly.
7:02 to go here in the second quarter.
Holy
Jack Hanna. Jack Hanna with the acrobatics. 1st down and 10. From their own 43-yard line, handoff near side. Evan Welling looking for room. He'll spin his way for a gain of about 5 yards of the play. Now the ref walking it back, so it'll be only 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Evan Welling got to the outside and found his gap to get there. The problem was, once he got there, nothing doing.
He sure did try. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Spotted at about the 48-yard line to the Hornets. Owen Newman under center, 2 backs behind him. Here's the handoff up the middle, pushing his way forward, but nothing doing there for the big man. It looked like Jack Nucerino in the carry, perhaps?
Yes, indeed, Julian. Nucerino kind of combating with Evan Welling right on this drive to try to figure out who's going to be the dominant running back for the rest of this game as Tim Shaw checks in for Nucerino.
That's right. So let's see if they go to Shaw. 3rd down and about 6 yards to go for the first. On their own 49-yard line, here's the handoff. It is Tim Shaw, and Shaw barrels his way for a 1st down and more. Tim Shaw down to the 35-yard line. 1st down for the Hornets, and he continues this drive with a bang.
Tim Shaw trucked 2 people simultaneously.
Just superb running from Tim Shaw. He runs with a head of steam. 5:59 to go in the second quarter. 14-0 Hornets, and they'll line up 1st down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Owen Newman hands it off. Evan Welling to the left side. Welling dives forward. He's got a gain of about 4 yards in the play. 3 or 4 yards. We'll see what they call it.
On the 2nd down, would not surprise me to see Tim Shaw get the carry right here.
So 2nd down and 6. Owen Newman under center again with 2 backs behind him, 1 wide to the far side. Newman hands it off up the middle, pushing his way forward. He's got a gain of, we'll call it 4 yards. Not enough for the 1st down. It'll be 3rd down and short coming up.
Tim Shaw right up the middle, able to get forward, but not enough for the 1st down. Looks like they're going to have to go to their heavy set formation with Trevor Porzusik, the passing tight end, in.
And Charles Josephson checks in. Josephson, along with 3 backs behind Owen Newman, the handoff to Tim Shaw. He's got the 1st down. He keeps the chains moving with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Well, there was a 2 tight end and plus a linebacker at fullback. Not Tim Shaw, the linebacker at fullback, but Charlie Josephson, the linebacker at fullback, in the backfield. And just barreling through for another 1st down is Tim Shaw.
So the Hornets now inside the 30-yard line of RFA. They'll spot it at about the 28-yard line. Newman 1st down and 10 under center. Here's the handoff up the middle. Tim Shaw barreling his way. And, it's not Tim Shaw, it's someone else. Jack Nucerino on the carry, and Nucerino's got a gain of 4.
Nucerino and Tim Shaw kind of going back and forth. Both are big backs versus Evan Welling, more of a speedy type back that can get ahead of the play. So can Ethan Page.
They're keeping our heads spinning up here. At least mine. I don't know about you, Steve. Owen Newman under center. Here's the pitch to the near side, looking for room around the edge. Evan Welling, and he's out of bounds with a first down. And no, it's Tim Shaw. No, it's not. People are pointing at me. Say it, Steve. It's Ethan Page.
It's Ethan Page. Ethan Page taking over for his older brother here. The sophomore able to get to the outside on the pitch and gain some really, really, really important ground.
So first down and, yeah, it should be first down and goal. They have no, it's first down and 10, not quite at the goal line from the 11-yard line. Owen Newman back to pass, rolling, fires to the end zone, coming up for it, and it's incomplete. So it'll be second down and 10.
Had that pass gone into Trevor Porzusik, his intended target, would have been a heck of a throw by Owen Newman. He was falling to the ground as he released that ball.
Second and 10 from the 11.
So second down and 10 for Newman and this Hornets offense. 4:10 to go in the second quarter of play. Two backs behind Newman, who's under center. Here comes the handoff, looking for room around the edge. Tim Shaw dives forward to the 5-yard line. And he's got a nice gain of, let's see where they spot it. The ref moved back a little bit. It'll be a gain of about 5 yards on the play. Third down and 4 coming up.
Don't hold me on this for later, but it looks like the RFA defense has kind of found a way to stop Tim Shaw, and it's to hit him low. Because if you hit him up high, he's just too strong to bring down.
So it's third down and 4 from the 5. Handoff up the middle. Tim Shaw barrels his way. He's close to the goal line. And he's got the touchdown. So Tim Shaw across the plane, and it's 20-0 FM.
It's about time that Tim Shaw had a touchdown. For as important he's been this last game and a half to the Hornet offense, it's about time he finally barreled through for 6.
And he does. So on to try the extra point is Ignazik. With 3:38 to go in the second quarter, the kick is up, and it is high over the uprights and good. So it's 21-0 Hornets. And once again, RFA has come close. They just have not been able to break through, Stephen.
RFA has had many opportunities. It's a question of composure within the red zone and on important type plays. RFA's composure on third downs and inside the 20-25 yard line has been pretty poor thus far, Julian.
That it has, and we'll see if RFA can correct that. It's going to be very important for them to try and get a good drive in before halftime.
3:38 left on the clock. Let's see if Chris Orton and this RFA offense can take a deep breath or two and try to put some points up on the board.
That's going to be very important if they want to get back in this game. These final moments of the half could be crucial depending on what happens down the road. So Giacona puts the ball on the tee from the 40-yard line, steps back. Gets set to run up to the line with his teammates. And here comes the kick. It's a high kick to the near sideline, and it'll be fielded just short of the 20-yard line, brought out to the 30-yard line, looking for room around the edge, and he'll be taken down to the 35.
Great return. Able to evade a couple of key guys coming in, trying to stop him early. And as we wrap up the second quarter right here, we're seeing for the homecoming, a couple of homecoming floats roll onto the field on the track.
Yeah, 3:33 to go in the second quarter of play, so nearing that halftime mark. Orton will line up at the gun, first down and 10 from their own 35-yard line, 2 wide to the near side and a back to his right. Orton, high snap, he takes it, fires over the middle of the field, and it is brought in momentarily, but incomplete, and now a flag comes out. They may say that he was a defenseless receiver on the hit. Let's see.
I don't know if that were to be the call, that I would agree with it. Face mask on the defense.
So regardless, it'll be a first down for Rome Free Academy.
I hope that face mask was someone on the interior, not Jack Hanna coming down that play, because Jack Hanna really had no control over where he's going to come down. He just so happened to come down right around the face mask of the intended receiver.
And so this will push RFA close to midfield. Waiting for the official spot as they move the chains, and that'll put them right at midfield. So they'll be the 50-yard line in that neutral territory, the one spot you can be in the field that's truly neutral. 3:29 to go in the second quarter. Orton lined up at the gun, 2 wide to each side. He takes the snap, under pressure, fires to the far side, brought in behind the line of scrimmage, looking for room, and the wide receiver on the reception will be taken down at the backfield for a loss of 2 or 3 yards.
Zach Conley, the defensive end, almost had a big sack, but Orton was able to shift to his right and get the ball out to a receiver, kind of on a slot just screen right there.
So that was cut on the reception, and he's taken down with a loss of 2. So 2nd down and 12, under 3 to go here in the second quarter.
Haven't heard much of Cutta, who's their leading receiver thus far.
No, we really haven't. Orton lined up in the pistol, and now the running back moves up to his left. So it turns into the gun. Orton takes the snap, hands off right side. That's Amir Williams looking for room. He's got a nice gain of the play of about 8 yards, and he'll be taken down inside of Hornets territory at about the 43.
Amir Williams running to the weak side of the formation allowed for him to get to the second level much quicker than if he had all those linebackers on our side, the near side of the formation.
3rd down and 3, now with 2:23 to go in the second quarter of play. Orton assembles his team at the line and stands in the pistol. And again, it turns into the gun. That's becoming a little bit of a pattern here. A back to his right, Orton takes the snap, and it's going to be a wildcat play. The running back takes the direct snap after running up to the line, but it's not going to go for much. It'll be maybe a gain of 1 and perhaps no gain of the play. It'll be 4th down and 3, and wouldn't be surprised to see RFA go for it here.
Well, with a kind of inconsistent offense, it appears that there might be a penalty on the play.
Perhaps. I didn't see a flag, but
referee was just standing in front of the formation, kind of like a penalty. Forgive me for that lapse, but
was he trying to say that was actually an incomplete shovel pass?
He wanted the clock to roll.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, because it was not a pass. Okay, we're all on the same page here.
Ben Delmarsh checking in at nose tackle, probably a little bit more versatile. Should it be something they haven't seen before?
Orton in the gun, 4th down and 3. A back behind him and a back to his left. Orton takes the snap. He's running it himself, and he's going to be blown up in the backfield. FM will take over close to midfield.
The minute that ball left the center's hands, the center number 61, Matt Yeager, the minute it left his hand, you knew that play was just going to get absolutely trashed because there were linebackers right there ready to come in. Not sure whether Orton could tell whether they were bluffing or not. I don't know. Might have called a timeout right there if you see a couple of linebackers ready to blitz and you're running your quarterback right up the middle.
Well, FM's winning in the trenches. There's no doubt about that. 1:20 to go until halftime. 21-0 is the score in favor of the Hornets.
Let's see if the Hornets can put something together with 1:20 on the clock. They've got a pretty threatening passing game, so they can go down the field. We've got about a little over 55. We got 55 yards to the house. They can do that in the passing game. We've seen the Owen Newman to Jack Hanna connection take that amount of yardage before.
Line of scrimmage to the Hornets, 45-yard line. 1st down and 10. Owen Newman lined up at the gun, man in motion in front of him. Newman takes the snap, immediately runs on the quarterback draw. He's running towards the 1st down marker. He's got it, and Owen Newman still on his feet, deep into RFA territory, down to the 30-yard line. What a run by Owen Newman.
There was nothing bringing that Owen Newman train down. He just kept chugging and chugging, wheels are turning and turning, and Owen Newman's brought it pretty deep and has now a couple of options with 1:13 on the clock.
So they'll spot the ball, and that's when the clock will continue to roll, now to 1:10. They'll come up to the line, 1st down and 10 from the 30. Owen Newman lined up under center, 2 backs behind him. Newman hands it off up the middle, trying to get their power man in there, and that'll be a gain of maybe 2 yards of the run by Jack Nucerino.
Timeout, Hornets.
Timeout, Fayetteville-Manlius. Let's see if they'll talk something over and maybe drop a pass play or even something a little bit different, maybe a different type of run to try to get them solidly in the field goal territory. John Ignazik, the kicker, who has not missed a kick his career at Fayetteville-Manlius. His career long is 42.
So, being the Hornets, you're up 21-0 here. 2nd down and 8, 57 seconds left until halftime. I don't know, if your coach mentioned, do you maybe go deep into your bag of tricks and try something you haven't tried very often?
Well, what they've been doing thus far has been working, so it's not like you have to use something you want to save for the end of the season. You know, coaches watch a bunch of game film, and you don't want to spoil something you've been waiting to hold off on a game when you're up 21-0 and time's winding down in the half.
So maybe just stick to your guns.
Porzusik in on the play. Justin Brooks, the regular blocking tight end, not in. Don't be surprised if they turn to the pass game here, Julian.
Yeah, and Shaw not in either, so they may indeed pass this ball. And you're right, Stephen. Owen Newman back to pass. 2nd down and 8. Directing traffic, firing deep downfield, coming back for it. It's brought in, and now he will be out of bounds, marked at about the 10-yard line. A great reception there.
Owen Newman rolls to the near side of the line, and he did not have a lot of room to work with. He had guys on his tail that entire play, but every time Owen Newman keeps his passing hand on the ball and to his left arm goes, keep going. And wouldn't you know, he finds Jack Hanna for a 1st down.
No surprise there. 40 seconds left until halftime. 1st down and 10. Handoff up the middle, 1st down and goal. Jack Nucerino looking for room up the middle, but he cannot get any. And so we'll have a timeout call by the Hornets. 34 seconds left to go until halftime.
They've got 1 timeout remaining, the Hornets do. Let's see if they'll save it for a last-second field goal if need be. Don't be surprised for them to turn to the pass. Don't want to run all the time off the clock by continuing to run the ball, especially if the RFA defense can make us some goal line stops.
So it'll be 2nd down and goal from about the 8-yard line. After the timeout concludes, I'd like to remind all of you that we got 2 other broadcasts going on tonight. One from Tully, a matchup between Southern Hills and Jordan Elbridge, and then Jamesville DeWitt taking on Auburn up in Auburn. You can catch both those games at cnystream.com. Once again, that's cnystream.com. Remember to follow us on Twitter as well, at cnystream.
About 9 yards to the goal line. With Trevor Porzusik and Jack Hanna, no Tim Shaw in on the play, wouldn't be surprised for them to turn to the passing game.
Yeah, let's see what they do. 34 seconds left to go. Owen Newman back to pass. Like you said, Steve, fires to the end zone. It's brought in for an FM touchdown. An excellent reception by Trevor Porzusik, who climbed the ladder and brought it in. It's 27-0 FM with 30 seconds left to go until halftime.
Trevor Porzusik's a big target. This guy's 6'4", 6'5", 200. Wouldn't you know, he's able to get in on the play and use his very large frame to catch the ball and bring it down for 6.
Agnozic's extra point is up, and it is good. Per usual, 28-0 FM with 30 seconds left to go until the halfway mark. Stephen, they've looked nothing but good so far.
Well, it looks like the Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets is operating as usual. They're not acting like they're down Mitchell Seabury. They're not acting like they're down Zach Page or Trevor Fallon. This is a Hornet offense that's operating as if it's in mid-season form with all their players healthy and ready to roll into the playoffs.
Yeah, it sure is, and there's no lack of confidence on the FM side. They're barreling their way down the field in their offensive drives, much like they have all season. So, of course, you never want to see injuries happen, but the Hornets are certainly not letting it affect them too much.
No, they're responding to them, and they're saying, you know what? You say we're weak in the pass game. Well, let's show you that you're wrong. So far, passing touchdowns galore. Owen Newman's been beautiful in the pass game. In the pocket, he's been able to manage his receivers, his line, and his backs incredibly well tonight.
30 seconds left to go until halftime. 28-0 Hornets. And they're going to place this ball on the tee. Giacona getting ready to kick off. One man back deep, all the way back deep to return. Looks like Amir Williams for the Black Knights. Here comes the kickoff. It's high and away. And Amir Williams backs up to field it at about the 10-yard line. He bobbles the ball out of his hands, picks it back up, crosses the 10, and Williams down to the 15, now spinning his way to the 20, forcing his way towards the 25, but he'll be stood up at the 22, and that is where the RFA drive will start with 19 seconds left to go.
Imagine if Amir Williams had been able to catch the ball cleanly and run. He's still got a very solid gain out of a play that looked like it had been blown up.
So RFA still trying to get their first score of the day. Let's see if they can do that with these 19 seconds left. They're going to have a lot of work to do in the second half.
see if they'll just regroup at halftime and just run the clock out right here.
Orton in the gun, flanked by backs, also one behind him. 2 wide, 1 to each side. Orton waiting for the snap, and he takes the snap. We got a false start, a clear false start on the left tackle. The snap was over his head, but we had whistles before the play.
False start.
Appeared that number 72, Brandon Larrabee, just jumped very early.
My.
I mean, he was already at about 3-4 yards already to his left by the time the ball was snapped. He just got the timing completely wrong.
I don't think a false start can get more false than that, because now with 19 seconds left, it's 1st down and 15. RFA backed up to inside their own 20-yard line. Orton in the gun again, 3 backs around him, takes the snap, rolls to the near side, now steps up, he's under pressure, and he's now rushing back towards the offensive line. And so he'll be taken down. I don't believe they're going to call it a sack. Maybe they will. Let's wait to find out. It looks like he maybe actually gained a yard or 2. So it'll be 2nd down and 13, and that'll wind out the first half. So a wild first half, Steven, because it was just back and forth, and one team was able to get into the end zone, the other one not so much.
Well, it's a tale of two cities, a juxtaposition, if you will, on the side on both sidelines. Fayetteville-Manlius, when they are under pressure, clean, composed. Owen Newman manages his pocket better than any high school quarterback you've really seen. On the other sideline, Orton just not able to do much with his guys. His line's collapsing a lot. His receivers are not in sync with the routes. It's just that Roam Free really will need to get themselves back in sync. It just appears that all their guys are running on a different page.
Yeah.
When they click, it clicks very well. You've seen these receivers on that Roam Free Academy offense, when they're running those hitch routes with Orton and they're going quickly, it's almost as if the Fayetteville-Manlius defense can't call them on it, and they've gained 10 yards at a time, 3 plays in a row. But then, all of a sudden, they're just not able to do that anymore. When Fayetteville-Manlius figures out one thing, it's like, well, that was the one thing we had planned for the week.
Well, Roam Free, they had their chances. I think that's very important to emphasize. This is a team that can put together drives. Of course, they rely very heavily on the play of number 18, Cam Williams, in the receiving game. But there's no doubt that they can drive the football. They just were not able to capitalize on the chances that they had in the red zone.
Well, the chances they've had in the red zone have been galore. You've had multiple times when they've been able to score. They intercepted a ball and got back a drive that they lost, and then turned the ball right over. It's Orton's decision making thus far has not been up to par with that's going to be the required to take down a stout Fayetteville-Manlius defense.
So in the first half, 2 touchdowns on the ground by Tim Shaw, 1 by Jack Nucerino, and then a 7-yard touchdown pass to Trevor Porzuchik from Owen Newman, and that puts together the 28 total that the Hornets have on the board. We're going to be back at the start of the second half right here on CMY Stream. Stay with us.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. race, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. We'll grow sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, for you, won't you let the light shine through? In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you, for you, for you,
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Rome, New York for this matchup between the Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets and the Rome Free Academy Black Knights. The score 28-0 FM headed into the second half. And Steve, gotta say, Tim Shaw, when it comes to scoring, he did it twice in the first half. He would be my pick for perhaps the most impactful player of the first half. Who would you say yours would be?
You know, as much as Tim Shaw is my guy, and if you check my Twitter account at SteveKemp98, you know, you can scroll through that past, and you'll see that I was a big proponent of Tim Shaw winning last week's CNY Player of the Game, and I might, by the end of tonight's game, be doing that. But as of right now, for most impactful player, I got to go with Owen Newman. He has managed the Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets offense absolutely brilliantly. I mean, to be able to control, I mean, again, you've heard them talk about how on offense, Owen Newman knows where the guys need to go. You know, he talks to the running backs. When he's not one of these quarterbacks who's going to be distant when they're running the ball consistently. He's going to be very crucial in, you know, telling the running backs, hey, watch out for this linebacker. Owen Newman is a pro's pro and a student of the game. And when I think about who's really impacting the game, especially when you're up 28 points at half, you got to and have played a pretty errorless first half offensively.
Yeah.
With the exception of the one pick. I gotta go to Owen Newman, or excuse me, the one fumble. My bad.
Now, when we're talking about Rome Free Academy, they were not able to punch it in the first half. Evident, of course, in the goose egg on the scoreboard. What do you think they have to do to finish off a drive here heading into the second half of the game?
So I said it before halftime. I think that in that halftime, you know, they had to. It's homecoming. They're upset. They're getting blown out on homecoming. They need to just take a breath. They need to say, look, this is not an unbeatable team. This is not a perfect team. They've had plenty of mistakes. We've seen the Hornets defense blitz and had opportunities. Their offensive line needs to play slightly better and give give their slew of quarterbacks. We've seen Orton back there. We've seen Isaac Wishart back there. We've seen Riley Brody back there. They need to give the multitude of RFA quarterbacks time to throw the ball, time to let the play develop. And if that happens, I can very well see RFA putting 1 or 2 scores on the board in this half.
Now, Steve, we found out at halftime it's very difficult to read some of these RFA numbers because of their black and dark red, dark orange combination that they have. But we found out that they actually used 3 quarterbacks in the first half.
They did. So unbeknownst to us, they did use 3 quarterbacks in the first half. They have used 3 quarterbacks all season. So looking at the numbers for coming into this game, we saw that we saw that Riley Brody passing 11 for 20, 146 yards, a touchdown. Isaac Wishart, 37 yards with 2 interceptions, but 4 for 14. He played a lot towards the end of last game. And we saw Chris Orton, number 9, the guy who started the game at quarterback, 11 for 23, 149 with a touchdown. That's their numbers coming into tonight's game. So you've seen them use a multitude of quarterbacks. I think they're just one guy they're not really consistently able to trust back there.
So Giacona sets it up to kick it off. 12 fresh minutes on the clock for the third quarter. Second half of action between the Hornets and the Black Knights. Getting underway right now on CMY Stream. The kick is up, and it is away short of the 20-yard line, fielded there, taken across the 30-yard line. Now to the 40 with room around the edge, and he'll be taken down across the 45-yard line.
That's something we saw at halftime. Giacona not in the locker room with his team, out here working on his kickoffs with his special teams counterpart, John Ignazik. Really trying better to get the running backs, or excuse me, to get the kickoffs a little bit further deep, because the Black Knights have had some pretty good kickoff returns thus far.
So a nice return for Anthony Cutta, and he'll take it up to the 49-yard line of the Black Knights. Lined up in the gun is Riley Brody, the quarterback on this drive. And now the snap is fumbled in the backfield, falling on it a number of Hornets along with the Black Knights. Let's see who gets it. The Hornets are pointing in their direction, waiting for official word. And they're going to say it was recovered by Riley Brody.
Looked like it was very quick right there. Riley Brody went directly to the ground and fell on top of that ball, but Zach Conley, Noah Ewert were right there. I think Ewert thought he might have had it.
I think he did, but luckily for Brody, he's able to fall on it. So second down and 15 after the loss on the play. Brody still in at quarterback. We're keeping a close eye on that position here. 2 wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. He's in the gun. Takes the snap, back to pass, looks to the far side, fires a diving reception, tries to get it, but they're going to call it incomplete. And so it'll be third down and 15. Looking for Anthony Cutta on the play, but not able to get it into his hands. He dove. Valiant effort, though, Steve.
It was quite a valiant effort, but Brody had pressure right in the pocket. Josephson, number 19, was there, and Brody took a big hit right there from Josephson, the linebacker, on the play.
11:16 to go in the third quarter of play. Third down and 15 coming up here for Riley Brody and this Black Knights offense. Man in motion moving to the far side. That's Amir Williams. Brody takes the snap, flag out on the play. He fires deep downfield, got a man there, and the pass is intercepted by FM on the overthrow. But the flag before the play, or as the play started, may negate it. An illegal shift against the Black Knights. They're going to decline the penalty. First down, FM on the interception, which now stands because the penalty against the Black Knights was declined by head coach Paul Mensch.
So Owen Newman comes out on this drive, Julian, and they had a great first half, yes, but you got to keep that going. You can't be one of those guys that say, we're up 28, we can coast now. No, Owen Newman's not that kind of player. He's going to continue to press the issue, and he's going to continue to run this offense very efficiently.
Well, if you think like that, Steve, it almost always ends in trouble.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to be giving up a 28-point lead, especially when there's a team that's pretty angry and it's homecoming night.
Owen Newman lined up under center with 2 backs behind him. Here's the handoff to the near side. Running back in the play, powering forward, looking for room, and he gets about 4 yards, maybe 3 on the play. It'll be second down and 7 coming up.
Number 20, Evan Welling.
That's right.
On the run right there is Ethan Page checks into the game for number 19, Charlie Josephson. Evan Welling, great runner there. Really, it was an athletic play because he could have easily been stopped in the backfield.
So second down and 7 From their own 40-yard line, pitch out to Page on the near side, looking for room around the edge. He's got the first down, and a little bit more inside of Black Knights territory, across midfield down to the 48.
It appears to me that Ethan Page is really good at getting these pitches out to the outside. Ethan Page is one of those runners who's going to be able to see the play develop before him, kind of like his older brother is. He watches the play develop. He is sneaky fast. Let him get to the outside and let him create the play on his own.
So Owen McCrae checks into the game at running back. One wide to the near side. Here's the handoff to Evan Welling to the right side on first down and 10 from the 50, which is where they officially spotted. It'll be a gain of about 3 yards, second down and 7.
There's a flag on the player there. Let's see what the call is. It's going to be holding on the offense.
So that'll back the Hornets up, but they will probably retain the down, assuming, of course, that they accept the penalty here.
The flag on the play was thrown right into the heap of the action, so really nobody able to see the flag, and it took many of the Fayetteville-Manlius coaches by surprise.
Good catch, Steven.
You know, I'm looking out for numbers. Everyone's shifting numbers on them. Sometimes you just see something that most people, that some people just can't.
That's why we have you around. First down and 20. Owen Newman lined up under center. Here's the handoff up the middle, looking for room to the left side at the left hash mark, but maybe a yard or two to gain on the play. So it'll be second down and 18. Jack Nucerino not able to find any room.
Ethan Page checks into the game for number 27, Owen McCrae.
And Owen Newman in the huddle, breaks the huddle.
Don't be surprised for a pass here.
One back behind him, man in motion. Here's the pitch to the man in motion. That's Page to the far sideline, and he'll be taken down with a gain of about 5 yards. So it'll be third down and 11 coming up.
Owen Newman, third down and 11. You gotta think that they're going to drop back to pass as number 13, Jordan Lewis, comes into the game. Jordan Lewis is a wide receiver as Evan Welling's going to check out. Or Evan Welling's not going to check out.
No, he's going to stay in.
Ethan Page comes out of the game.
That's right, and then Luz comes in, and now Owen Newman stands in the huddle, third down and 12. 9 minutes to go in the third quarter of play. Newman lines up under center, one wide to the far side. Newman back to pass on play action, firing deep downfield. He's got a man open. It's caught by Jordan Luz across the 20-yard line down to the 15.
Jordan Lewis just simply beat his receiver there. There's no question about it. There was nothing fancy. It was just a very athletic run by Jordan Lewis, a great route run. He beats his receiver to the outside, allowing for Owen Newman just to throw a great ball and gains and a very large gain on the play.
8:52 to go here in the third quarter of play. First down and 10, Fayetteville-Manlius. From the 18-yard line of the Black Knights, Owen Newman hands it off up the middle to the fullback, and that'll be a gain of about 2 yards. Second down and 8 coming up. Jack Nucerino on the carry.
Well, as Owen Newman walks back to the sideline here, you got to think, what's their red zone play calling going to look like? You know, as we stand right now, Justin Brooks, the blocking tight end, is on the sideline. Think they might pass, but, you know, Coach Mensch is pretty unpredictable, Julian.
No, he is, and he likes to keep it that way. He doesn't want his opponent knowing what's coming. Owen Newman under center, second down and 8 with a back behind him, man in motion. Here comes the pitch to the left side, cutting it back across the near hash mark, spinning his way across the 10-yard line. That's Ethan Page on the big run, close to the first down marker. He's about 2 yards short.
Well, Ethan Page and the pitch, I think those are two that's a player and a concept I think is working right now for the Hornets. I think they'll stick to it as we go forward. With if Ethan Page is going to get a carry, it's probably going to be a pitch to the outside, and just let him watch the play develop, because that was a great run right there for the sophomore.
But Steve, it's not too often that you have one player, Zach Page, get hurt, and then the older, or rather younger brother, Ethan Page, steps up and takes his place, and he's doing a great job at it.
Really, just a couple of brothers right there. I mean, we talked to Coach Mensch before the game as a player for RFA. I think it's James Faso the third. He looks to be getting up, but he's going to be walking off the sideline on his own power. But we talked to Coach Mensch before the game about the Page brothers. And, you know, Zach Page out this week, but he was still telling his brother, hey, you got to find the gap. Hey, you got to find the gap. And, you know, they communicate with each other. They bicker almost because they're brothers, you know.
That's what brothers do.
I don't think the relationship doesn't quit when they put their helmets on.
So the Hornets threatening here, third down and short from the 10-yard line, trying to get to the 8-yard line, or perhaps maybe more. Two backs behind Owen Newman, who's under center. Here comes the handoff to Tim Shaw, right side. Tim Shaw's got the first down, and he's down to the 5-yard line.
Tim Shaw, excellent play. Play blew up, at the line of scrimmage, and Tim Shaw just keeps moving forward and is going to let that get for a first down as Charlie Josephson checks into the game for Ethan Page, and Nucerino checks into the game for Tim Shaw.
That's just Tim Shaw being Tim Shaw right there. First down and goal from the 5-yard line. Two backs behind Owen Newman. Here comes the handoff on the reverse. Looking for the corner. Ethan Page dives, and he's into the end zone. That's Evan Welling instead for the touchdown.
Evan Welling got hit low and just said, you know what? Can't do it on the ground. Let me do it in the air. Goes airborne there for 6.
My, oh, my. For a moment, it looked like Evan Welling was going to cut it back inside, but he gets the corner, dives, and makes his way across the plane. It's 34-0 FM.
Well, 34-0. Let's see if Ignaza can make it 35, and let's see if FM's game plan changed. Let's see if they might make a shift to run the ball with being up so many points.
7:22 to go, and it's now 35-0 after the extra point is good from Ignaza.
You think RFA will continue with Riley Brody as they did in the first drive of the game at quarterback, or with being down this many points, they're going to try to change it up on us, maybe try someone new? Because so far, no quarterback has been able to make a dent in this lead.
So 7:22 to go in the third quarter of play, 35-0. Fayetteville-Manlius is the score. Giacona getting ready to line this ball up on the tee.
The junior for FM, Alex Dauska, looks like he's warming up to come into the game. Let's see if he'll take over for Owen Newman next drive.
Yeah, we'll find out. He's definitely getting the arm loose. All depends on what Rome Free Academy does on this drive. Or doesn't. We'll see. The ball's lined up, and Giacona kicks it high in the air to the near side, fielded on a bounce near the 20. It goes out of bounds as they'll let it go out and draw the penalty.
Giacona's struggling with kickoffs. Not putting it as deep as we've seen him do it in the past. Wonder if that leg just isn't feeling as good as it usually is today.
And perhaps as RFA is going to get great field position starting at their own 40-yard line.
RFA...
Or rather the 35, excuse me. I'm thinking the NFL, Steve.
Thursday Night Football last night still had me thinking in that NFL mood. Because earlier I saw a guy hit the quarterback slightly late and come down with him his body weight, and I was thinking, hey, is that going to be a roughing the passer call, Julian?
So here we go, first down and 10 for Rome Free Academy from their own 35. Here's the handoff left side. Amir Williams looking for room. He spins out a one tackle, but he'll be taken down in the backfield. Or maybe it'll just be no gain on the play. I think that's what they're going to call it. So second down, about 9 or 10 to go for the first, but 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And Riley Brody coming out of the game for a quarterback. Looks like they're going to try someone new under center.
Looks like I'm trying to figure out exactly who it is. Number 11, Isaac Wizard. Yeah, he's in the game, flanked by running backs. Second down and 9. Man in motion to his right side. Wizard takes the snap, rolls to the near sideline. Now steps up, fires deep, looking for Cam Williams. Goes up for the catch, and he's not able to bring it down. It's incomplete. Third down and 9 coming up.
Jordan Lewis with a great pass breaker right there. He had the inside leverage on Cam Williams. He goes up in the air and able to knock that ball down, because if Cam Williams had been able to come down with that, would have been a huge momentum shift for the Rome Free Academy offense.
6:34 to go here in the third quarter. Third down and 9 coming up for Rome Free Academy, and Isaac Wizard trying to make something happen.
This is a difficult formation to analyze right here, Julian.
Yeah, they're lined up 2 backs in the backfield, 1 to each side, and a back behind Isaac Wizard. 2 wide, 1 on each side. Wizard takes the snap, steps up, fires a long, deep ball down the far sideline, coming back for it, and it looks like he brought it in for the catch. Oh, my goodness. Came back on the adjustment, and he's got a first down and more down to the 30. That was Anthony Cutta.
Anthony Cuddy right there just brings it down, but he's hurt on the play. He limps off the field, but he somehow comes out with the ball as Brandon Heyman, the corner, came down on him a little bit late.
My goodness, what a catch, but he's being attended to by trainers right now with 6:26 to go in the third quarter. But now we'll start up again for RFA. First down and 10 from the 33 of the Hornets. Wizard in the gun, again in that heavy back set. Takes the snap, hands it off, looking for room up the middle, but pounced on by a bunch of Hornets. So it'll be a loss. We're going to say about 3 or 4 yards in the play. Second down and 13 coming up.
This is that formation I was saying is kind of difficult to analyze coming to light here, Julian. The running back behind Wizard is about 7 yards behind the offensive line. And with such a powerful defensive line as the Hornets have, wouldn't you think you want to get your guys closer to the line, because 7 yards is a lot of ground to put back when your guys are going to be losing a yard. Your offensive line is getting overpowered thus far.
That's right. Hornets show blitz, man in motion to the right side. Second down and 13. Here's the pitch, and now they're going for the flea flicker almost, but it's popped up in the air and nearly intercepted in the secondary. My, oh my, what a weird play as they pitched it back to a running back. It was number 6, Anthony Cutta, or rather Amir Williams, and then Williams fired it deep and just nowhere near his intended receiver. It'll be third down and 12.
Well, Williams got destroyed as he threw the ball. Charlie Josephson, the linebacker, was able to get in on the play and just blew everything up. And, you know, you think Williams, they've obviously practiced this play before, probably just wasn't used to having someone right in his face. He's trying to throw a ball, something he doesn't do very often.
And so it's third down and 12, 5:30 to go here in the third quarter of play. And Wizard lines up in the gun. Back to his right, 3 wide, 2 to the near side. Third down and 12. Takes the snap, back to pass, fires over the middle of the field. Going up for it is Cam Williams. He brings it down, or no, they're going to say it's incomplete. He couldn't follow through on it. It popped out at the last minute.
So Jack Hanna comes in for a late hit, not a late hit, but as he's bringing the ball down, Jack Hanna about a step or two behind on the play, but he comes in for the hit. It doesn't keep him from getting the ball in his hands in the first place, but it does keep him from bringing it down for a catch.
Man, oh man. A great play by Jack Hanna. Fourth down and 12. RFA's got to go for it. Trips right. Wizard takes the snap, rolls to the near hash mark, steps up, fires over the middle. It's brought in, close to the first down marker. Let's see what they call it. It's a fresh set of downs for RFA. They keep it going.
Wizard in the pocket gets absolutely crushed by Josephson, but is able to get the throw accurately and right to the receiver on the play.
Yeah, Cam Williams bringing it in. So now with 5:13 to go in the third quarter, RFA down by, well, 35, considering it's 35-0. First down and 10.
Looks like the RFA's found their rhythm in this new offensive set with Wizard at the QB.
Yeah, they're set up right at the 20-yard line. Wizard in the gun, 2 wide to the far side. He takes the snap, runs up the middle at the hash mark on the near side. He'll be taken down with a gain of about 4 yards.
And Wizards really running this offense pretty efficiently thus far. As a player for RFA checks into the game for number 80, James McCune.
Well, Steve, would you say that Wizard has casted a spell on his offense?
Maybe. You know, something you're going to need a little bit of homecoming magic to Wizard.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Took me a couple seconds, just like it's taken RFA kind of a half to find their offensive rhythm.
Wizard in the gun, flanked by running backs, 2 wide to the far side. Man in motion. One of the running backs now moves to the very far sideline. Wizard takes the snap, steps up, running it himself, up the middle of the hash marks. Wizard evading a tackle. He'll be taken down hard at the 8-yard line. He's very close to the first down marker. It should be a fresh set, and it will indeed be a first down and goal now from the 8.
Well, Wizard was able to take advantage of the play blowing up because as number 5, Amir Williams, from a running back position, was able to go to the very far where the numbers are on the other side. It kind of drew everyone's attention over there, thinking, is this going to be a quick screen and get the ball outside? So everyone takes a couple steps to their right on the defense, and what happens but gives Wizard a completely open hole right up the middle to carry for a first down.
So a timeout called by the Hornets. 3:58 to go in the third quarter of play. RFA trying to punch it into the end zone for the first time today. And Steven, do you think they're going to do it here? And if they do, how are they going to do it?
Well, you got to think what's been working thus far is, letting Wizard watch the play develop. Wizard's been able to distinguish, should I be sneaking the ball on this one? Should I be scrambling, or should I just sit in the pocket, take the hit, and try to get the ball in the air? You got to think that this offensive set has worked on this drive for the RFA Black Knights. So I might think they might turn to the air game.
So 3:58 on the clock for the third quarter. RFA first down and goal from the 8-yard line of the Hornets. Wizard lined up in the gun, as he so often is, flanked by running backs, 2 wide to the far side, 1 in the slot. Hornets showing blitz. Here comes the blitz. Wizard back to pass, fires to the end zone. It's incomplete, trying to lead his receiver on the play. That was Cutta, but just could not get it to him. Second down and goal coming up.
Ben Delmars checks in for Noah Ewert, and number 19, Charlie Josephson, checks in for Trevor Porzusik. So you got to think that with this more versatile defense that they're rolling out here, Ben Delmar sizably smaller than Noah Ewert, they're thinking a pass.
Second down and goal from the 8-yard line. Once again, Wizard in the gun, and now we have a stoppage before the play. Timeout called by the Black Knights.
Obviously, Coach Durcola right there, not really liking what he's seeing. When you've had opportunities like this the entire game, and you've squandered them, as the RFA offense has done, you got to get the exact lineup, the exact formation, and the exact matchups you really want, because you can't squander yet another opportunity.
I'd like to remind all of you that tomorrow night we've got more football coming your way right here on CNY Stream. It'll be Skinny Atlas taking on IT Syracuse Central, 7 o'clock. Don't miss it right here on CNY Stream. And, of course, next week, your own Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets will be taking on West Genesee back in Manlius. Bring that game to you live right here. Once again, Steven?
CNYSTREAM.com. And if you don't want to waste time finding it on our homepage, just go /LIVE.
That's right, CNY Stream /live. That's where you can find all of the channels for each individual affiliate. So RFA coming back onto the field here. 3:55 to go in the third quarter. Second down and goal from the 8-yard line. Wizard lined up in the gun with a back to his left. 1 wide to each side. And Wizard takes the snap, steps up, and plows his way up the middle, looking for room on the scramble. Not able to get anything. It'll be third down and goal, and looks like they'll keep it right around the original line of scrimmage, Steve.
Well, Julian, I've got a little, let's say it's a third quarter quiz for you. I'm going to give you a hint. He's someone that's been involved very much offensively and defensively. Who was that on the stop right there?
Tim Shaw?
It was Tim Shaw, the middle linebacker fullback combo, just tearing up this RFA offense and defense.
Third down and goal. Wizard in the gun from the 7-yard line, takes the snap with time, fires a fade to the far sideline, and it's over his head and incomplete. Looking for Cam Williams, so it'll be fourth down and goal from the 8.
And Brandon Heyman right there with a good pass breakup, but the referee's conferring. This might be pass interference.
Oh, I didn't see a flag come out.
Yep.
Oh, no, it is. Look at that.
It looked like the back judge. The back judge threw a flag on Brandon Heyman for pass interference, and he's as stunned as I am, Julian.
Wow. I don't think anybody saw that one. My goodness. And when I say nobody saw that one, I mean the flag itself. The crowd didn't react. The PA announcer didn't react. I didn't react, but good old Stephen Hawkeye to my left, he's able to track it down with that 20/20 vision that you got over there.
It's only 2020 when I'm wearing these spectacles, Julian. You take these off, and I might be worse off than anybody in this stadium.
So they're going to line it up. They're calling it third down and goal from the 4, despite the fact that it was pass interference. All right, here we go. Wizard rolling to the far hash mark. Under pressure, he'll be taken down in the backfield.
It's Tim Shaw, the usual suspect.
So 4th down here for RFA at the 10-yard line.
Wizards slow to get up. Now just getting up after that play being stopped as he looks to the sun as the athletic trainer and head coach walk onto the field.
Yeah, I think they're going to take a moment here to attend to him. But, Steve, I just want to address something here. On a pass interference call, don't you get a fresh set of downs?
I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm very confused. They didn't do that, so I don't suppose it was actually pass interference. Perhaps it was holding? But holding would also be a first down, wouldn't it?
You know, sometimes high school referees just perplex you, Julian.
I can't explain that, but here's something I can't explain. All the cell phone lights in the far crowd seating area, the bleachers out there in front of us, they've got their lights on. They're waving them back and forth for RFA, trying to get their guys to the end zone. 4th down and goal from the 10-yard line. Here we go. Wizard lined up in the gun with it back to his right. And one wide to each side of the offensive line, a tight end to the right side. Wizard takes the snap, fires a fade near sideline. It's completed, but he steps out of bounds, short of the goal line, and that'll turn it over to the Hornets. Steve, a tremendous goal line stop.
So, back to what I said in halftime. I said that the RFA Black Knight offense needed to keep their composure when they got into the red zone. And right there's a perfect example of why composure matters in the red zone. You, as a wide receiver, you need to know where I need to be for the first down. And when you run your route 5 yards short and end up stepping out of bounds on a 4th down play, there's nothing you can do after that. You've squandered a good pass by Isaac Wizard.
So now it'll be 1st down and 10 with 2:48 to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. Owen Newman under center. Here's the handoff, left side, looking for room, pushing his way forward, and he's got a gain of about 5 yards. That's Tim Shaw.
And Shaw not taking a play off. This guy wants to keep this offense moving. He's not one of those guys to say, we're up 35, I might be able to take a breather. He wants to play all 4 quarters, and I don't think he would mind playing every snap either, Julian.
2nd down and 4. Here's the handoff again to the left side. Breaking free with plenty of room. Tim Shaw taking off across the 50. He'll be dragged down at the 40 and deep into RFA territory down to the 36-yard line. What a run by Tim Shaw, showing that he's not only got the power, but he's also got the speed, Steven.
Tim Shaw broke through that line and just said, you know what, let me turn on these afterburners. And eventually, I think that fatigue from playing every snap both 2 ways is kind of hit him. Once he got to the 50-yard line, he kind of looked like he was gasping a little bit for air. But nevertheless, an amazing run by Tim Shaw.
Incredible to see a guy who's been on the field all night power his way and then turn on the Jets. 1st down and 10, handoff right side, looking for room is Ethan Page around the corner. And Page will be out of bounds, with a gain of about 5 yards. So it'll be called 2nd down and 5.
Looks like Owen Newman as he runs back to the huddle. Let's see if they turn to Ethan Page again, or maybe Evan Welling, who's also in the huddle.
So 2nd down and 5, 1:53 to go in the 3rd quarter. Newman under center, 2 backs behind him. Newman hands it off, looking for room, cutting it up the middle of the field. That is Evan Welling, and Welling close to the 1st down marker. He may have it. Let's see what they call it.
It's going to be close, Julian, but Evan Welling, good run to change directions halfway through the play, trying to find where the new gaps will be as he hit the 2nd level.
I think it may be 3rd down and short. That may be the official call here. And it is.
And 3rd and inches, Tim Shaw, the fullback, not in the game. Somewhat surprising.
So we'll see what they go to here. 3rd down and less than a yard. 2 backs behind Owen Newman. Newman just plows forward. He's got the 1st down by a long shot. Got 2 yards, around 2 yards of the play. 1st down and 10 coming up for the Hornets from just short of the 20-yard line.
And Owen Newman his offensive line did all the work. Owen Newman expecting to have to push a little bit more. He kind of just fell forward. That offensive line gave him more than enough space to get the 1st down.
Yeah, and Owen Newman, he's really fearless, isn't he, Steve?
Yes, indeed. I think Owen Newman is a running back's mind trapped in the body and the arm of a quarterback.
1st down and 10. Owen Newman hands it off in the end around, looking for room as Evan Welling flag out. And Welling,
multiple flags.
Yeah, we got 2 flags out. Let's see what the call is. Welling got 5, but we'll see if this gets negated. It's holding called against the Hornets, and then holding again against the Hornets. So, holding against the Hornets, holding against the Hornets. What does that equal, Steve?
Holding against the Hornets.
That's right. So we're going to back up this Hornets drive. They'll retain the down, but they'll be backed up 10 yards. So it'll be first down and 20 coming up here from right around the 35-yard line.
Good thing there's not double jeopardy, because if there were, the Hornets might be in a heap of a mess right here, Julian.
That they would be. So first down and 20. Owen Newman comes back into the huddle with a play call. And they're going to line this one up around the 31-yard line, excuse me. And Newman under center. Here's the pitch, but now multiple flags out. We may have a false start.
New referee's conferring right now.
Well, let's see what the official call is. Waiting to find out. Certainly looked like a false start. But they're talking to Coach Mensch.
As Owen Newman pushes Coach Mensch back to the sideline.
It is a false start, charge against the Hornets. So that's going to back up another 5 yards, and we get the very rare first down and 25.
Well, a first down and 25, up by 35. I thought it was at the 45. I thought I thought the stars aligned.
No, they didn't. We're close. We're close to the 35. We're at the 36-yard line here. First down and 25. Owen Newman under center. Man in motion. Handoff up the middle. Looking for room. Powering his way down to the 25-yard line is that Jack Nucerino? Yes, it is Jack Nucerino. So Nucerino with a gain of 10 yards. He's second down, and you're going to officially call it about 11 yards to go.
Well, it looks like the RFA student section on the far side of the field has thrown off
Is that a smoke bomb?
That's orange color bombs. It looks like if LeBron in Cleveland, back when he used to do the witness chalk throw, if that would have been more akin to if he were in a Syracuse jersey.
So end of the third quarter snuck up on us here with all those penalties. Now we'll head to the fourth quarter. Fresh 12 minutes on the clock. We'll be back in just a moment right here on CNY Stream. And welcome back to CNY Stream. Breaking news about a fog has come upon Rome, New York. We can't see much, but we know that Owen Newman just handed it off to the left side. Looking for room is number 20, Evan Welling. He'll be out of bounds with a gain of 5 yards. But, Steven, what's going on here?
It's not fog. It's the student section, Julian. They've put off some color bombs, dust bombs, smoke bombs. I don't know what they are, but I can't see the numbers well. And as many of you who have been listening know, we weren't struggling without this. Now, this has kind of thrown a wrench in our spotting plans. As your two bespectacled
yes.
announcers are going to be struggling here.
You can't see us, but we do both wear glasses. Third down and 7 with 11:22 to go in the fourth quarter. Owen Newman hands it off, looking for him on the right side. I believe that's Ethan Page, and Page breaking it loose to the 10. And Page is down close to the goal line. That's actually Evan Welling. And he's got the first down and more, and that is exactly what a smoke bomb will do to you.
Well, Evan Welling has kind of been a smoke bomb to this Fayetteville-Manlius offense. He's been able to break things up and kind of disrupt the RFA defense when other running backs aren't working, Julian.
This reminds me of a 1988 football game between the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles, infamously known as the Fog Bowl. That's what it's turning into here tonight, although it's subsiding. First down and goal from the 3-yard line. Owen Newman hands it off. It's a touchdown for the Hornets. On the left side, breaking it through is Evan Welling. Or Jack Nucerino. Did I pick the wrong one?
It's Nucerino. You got it on the second try.
There we go.
Nucerino just handed the ball right to the referee. He knows he's taking care of business. His second touchdown of the game.
So Ignazik on to try the extra point to make it 42-0. It is up, and it is good. With 10:52 to go in the fourth quarter, Steven, you think they'll start winding the clock? By the referees, I mean. Because you know, when you get to a certain threshold, and they'll wind the clock no matter if you get out of bounds, no matter if it's an incomplete pass.
I'm not sure what the rules are here in New York State. Now, I don't remember what they were in Georgia. Thankfully, I was never in one of those I guess a double-edged sword. Thankfully and unfortunately, I was never in one of those situations.
So I guess we'll find out. And they're still setting off smoke bombs over there.
Can we get a carrier pigeon to send them a message
and say stop,
please? just my prettiest please to the RFA student section. If you happen to be listening to this broadcast, there are two very not good at seeing broadcasters up here, and you have and there are jerseys of black and dark orange.
I mean, it was tough enough already with the color combinations, and now we've got all of this fog just looming over the football field. So we're essentially cycling through. When the ball's handed off to somebody in the Hornets side, we say Evan Welling, Jack Nucerino, who's or what's, we have no idea. So now lining up to kick the ball away is Massimo Giaccona with 10:52 to go in the fourth quarter, 42-0 FM. And Giaccona kicks this ball off, and it'll be fielded about the 20-yard line. Turned up to the 30, now cutting it around the other edge, and taking it past the 35 and up to the 40, close to the 40. He'll be down at around the 38-yard line.
Well, let's see if the RFA Black Knight offense can take advantage of a great kick return by number 10, Isaiah Garner.
Yes, please excuse our delayed information when it comes to numbers, as we're still fighting a little bit of fog, but hopefully that'll pass by. 10:40 to go, and the clock is winding, Steven, so perhaps we have reached that threshold.
Well, even if the clock's winding, you can't be giving up if you're either team. RFA's had some good drives they just haven't been able to capitalize on. Let's see if they can finally put one together that works for them this time.
First down and 10. Orton takes the snap, and he's trying to push his way forward on a quarterback draw, but he'll be swallowed up in the backfield by a swarm of FM Hornets. Second down and 10 coming up.
You got to think, if you're Rome Free Academy, that the pass game worked pretty well on the last drive with number 11, Isaac Wizard. And as Christopher Orton comes back in, he put some drives together in the first half that were also very close to finishing. Let's see if they turn back to the pass game here.
So they'll officially call it second down and 11. He wasn't able to get back to the line. Lined up at the gun with two wide to the far side and to the near side. Stepping up is Orton, firing deep down the far sideline. Tipped in the air and intercepted. Taken back the other way and down across the 40-yard line of the RFA Black Knights. It's Jordan Lewis.
It is Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis tipped the ball himself and put it a little bit further out, give himself some room to catch his composure, put the ball in, and put together back a return to put it on Black Knight territory. As Owen Newman has come out of the game here for the Hornets, and it's Alex Daukska, the junior, in at quarterback.
It's Daukska time. Daukska time. Daukska time. There we go. Or is it Dauksa? I believe it's Dauksa. Handoff to the right side, plowing forward for a gain of about 3 yards. Second down and 7 coming up here from the 36-yard line.
This is important for Dauksa.
It's Daukska. We're hearing word from a person to our right that it is Daukska indeed. So 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and Daukska leading this FM Hornets charge. Second down and 7.
And William Duncanson at running back in replace of the usual suspects.
From the 38-yard line of Rome Free Academy, Daukska hands it off to the right side, and nothing going there. That play will be blown up for a loss of about 2 yards. And now they'll call it about 3 yards, so could be a full third down and 10 coming up.
Looks like it was Justin Bedell on the carry right there.
Justin Bedell checking into the game. And now we got somebody else checking in at running back as well.
That's going to be Andrew McGee with the flowing long locks of hair sticking out of his helmet coming in at running back.
5'8", 145, Andrew McGee.
He's not a tall one, but his hair makes up for it, Julian. This guy's got long locks.
McGee lined up as the running back, offset in the I formation, 3rd down and 9, officially the spot. Dowska under center. And now we have a stoppage before the play.
It's going to be a timeout for FM.
That's right. And so with 7:54 to go here in the fourth quarter, Steve, they are indeed winding the clock. And look back on this, the Hornets are going to move to 4-1 on the season. It's been quite a night. You know, the people have been flying all over the field. It's been tough to see the numbers. The smoke bombs didn't help, but here we are. The Hornets are going to walk out of here with a victory.
Well, the Hornets with a much-deserved victory. They had the injury bug this week. They battled a lot of challenges, but the Hornets were able to persevere and put together just a absolutely magnificent offensive and defensive performance here in Rome. So on the road, really, really a great performance for the Hornets.
So 7:54 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. 42-0 is your score in favor of Fayetteville-Manlius.
And the Hornets have implemented their entire second-team offense. We've got Braden Florzik out wide, Justin Brooks in for Trevor Porzusik.
So Dowska lined up under center. Here comes the pitch to the near side, looking for room across the 30, and he'll be taken down across the 30, down to the 28-yard line. That's McCray on the carry.
Nate McCray in on the carry. McCray was able to get to the outside, and it was those linebackers from RFA were able to stop him just short of a first down.
So 7:40 to go now, and the smoke bombs have gone off again on the far side of the field. 4th down and 1. No, they're going to call it a first down. The scoreboard was incorrect. 1st down and 10. Here's the handoff up the middle. FM just trying to kill the clock here. And now rolling to the left side. He's breaking free, and he's on his way to the end zone. Touchdown. That was Charles Josephson on the carry, and no one saw that coming. He just broke out of the pile and ran in for 6.
Josephson was wrapped up on the play, and all of a sudden you see him sprinting towards the end zone. Just kind of caught everyone off guard here, but Josephson's able to break through for a touchdown. A very athletic run by the linebacker running back.
Surprise. And here we are, 48-0, and looks like Ignazic's going to try and come on here and make it 49-0 on the extra point. The snap, the hold, and he drops the hold. It's going to be recovered by Rome Free. It doesn't matter, though, so there will be no extra point. That doesn't count as a miss, though, Steven. Doesn't count as a miss for Ignazic because the snap and the hold worked perfect.
Well, you know what? Ignazic, as much as the snap and the hold weren't there, you really gotta be happy because Ignazic has been perfect on his career, and you'd hate to see a bad snap like that really mess everything up.
So,
Mr. Automatic, man.
7:22 to go in this football game. 48-0 is your score. And I don't know, what should we do to entertain the masses, Steven? You got anything important to say?
I've got something really important to say, and I think this Rome Free Academy offense might be able to put a drive together here, Julian.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. So they've been close. You can't deny that they haven't been close. They've had a couple red zone opportunities, and you got to just think they're so close, and it would be so just good for them if they were able to, on homecoming night, put a score together, put a drive together. Just take a play at a time. Just take a deep breath, one play at a time. Don't worry about getting all the way down the field in one shot. Just play by play, plug and just try to get something together here.
Speaking of play-by-play, here it comes on the play. Giacono lines it up on the tee, and here comes the kick. It's a short line drive kick down to the 20, gets by the initial returner. Now it's fielded at the 13, brought across to the 25, and that's where he will be swarmed by Hornets. And the drive will start at the 27-yard line with 7:17 to go in the fourth quarter. And now the clock isn't running, so selective choice of running the clock depending on what time, and now there are more points on the board than the previous drive, but somehow, some way, the clock is not running, so here we are.
Well, you know what, Julian, I just got to quote my favorite comedian here, Hannibal Buress. Time is a social construct.
But is that really true?
Hey, the clock's running now, so
There we go.
let's not debate the philosophical elements of time. Let's just focus on this football game because I think this might get a little entertaining here, Julian. I've got my popcorn ready.
So lined up in the gun, rolling now to the far side, looking for room, throwing on the run, deep downfield. It's incomplete. So Riley Brody trying to get a connection deep there, but it's incomplete. So 2nd down and 10 coming up. RFA on their own. Let's see, on 26-yard line. We're offset a little bit from midfield, so we got to deal with the diagonal association of where the markers are actually located.
FM has also put in their second-team defense. You see Braden Florzik on the corner and a new defensive line.
Brody in the gun, 2nd down and 10 with 6:49 to go. The clock didn't roll on that incompletion. Brody keeps it himself, running up the middle, and now taken down. Call it a short gain of about 2 yards, so 3rd down and 8 coming up.
And Trevor Porzusik on the tackle right there. And Matthew McDonald's going to check in for Porzusik after that tackle. It's an important 3rd down here for the RFA offense.
6:26 to go in this football game. Lined up alone, or rather in the gun with the back to his left, is Brody. Back to pass. Brody steps up, fires as deep as he can down the middle of the field, going up for it, but incomplete, looking for Cam Williams. And so, and with 6:12 to go in this football game, 4th down and 8, and RFA down by 48 points. Nothing on the board yet. Might as well go for it, see what they can pull off.
Well, the thing about Brody on that play was it wasn't a bad throw, and Cam Williams didn't run a bad route. They just weren't timed up together. Brody let that ball hang in the air just a little bit too much for that route. And if he wanted to put that ball in the air for that long, Cam Williams needed to run a deeper route. You just got to time everything up. It's just a lack of concentration here for the RFA offense.
Oh, they're going to punt the ball. Look at this. We haven't seen this all day. They punt it down to the 40-yard line, and now it bounces out of bounds at the 36.
And Riley Brody, the quarterback there on the punt, nobody was back there for Fayetteville-Manlius to return.
And I will say, Steve, in this game, as FM takes the ball again, that when it comes to their starters, they did avoid any big injuries like last game. So able to get out of here mostly injury-free, it seems, at the moment.
Well, that's big for FM. You know, you really want to get – and being up by so much in this 4th quarter, you're going to let your guys that are a little bit banged up. Tim Shaw got attended to by the trainer a couple of times during the game just with something on his wrist. Probably just you know, landed on it a little awkwardly in practice sometime this week.
So Owen Newman takes the snap and hands it off right side. Looking for room is McGee, and he'll be taken down with forward progress, marking him for a gain of 1. So it'll be 2nd down and 9. And now, do we have a penalty that's going to back up this FM offense? Oh, no, I don't believe so. Although the huddle is remarkably far away from the line of scrimmage, more so than usual. Maybe that's just because they're the backups. They're not used to being out there. And excuse me, Owen Newman not in as quarterback. No. Remember, reminder that it's Dowska. Dowska hands it off left side, and it'll be a gain, maybe a loss of about a yard on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 10 coming up here.
With this backup Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets offense, you gotta think, you know, are we gonna see the guy from Turkey come in, Vedat Gökmen?
We could.
Gökmen watched his first football game, did not have an idea of what the sport was at the beginning of the season scrimmage, and his first actual football game was against Liverpool, which was a 7-0 Hornet win. Let's see if Gökmen is able to get in the game right here, because us up here in the broadcast booth, we're rooting for him.
We are. 3rd down and 10 for Dowska and this FM offense. He's lined up under center with 2 backs behind him. They're going to keep it on the ground, powering up the middle, and that'll be gained about 3 yards in the play. Still pushing the pile forward, but it'll be 4th down and about 6 yards coming up. 4:21 to go in this 4th quarter, and FM just biding its time until it can call this one a wrap with this 48-0 lead that they hold.
With this 4th down, we expect FM to punt, and they're going to do that. John Ignazik running out onto the field.
So, Ignazik will give the ball back to RFA. RFA will fall to 0-5 on the year after tonight's loss. The snap, and here comes the punt. Ignazik gets it down to the 40-yard line, and that is where RFA will begin its drive with 3:45 to go in the fourth quarter, and the clock is not running, Steven.
I think it's not running on change of possession, but once they get the clock running when the guys get up to the line, don't be surprised to see that clock keep rolling, Julian.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Oftentimes, at least I know that I've seen it in certain states where they'll just wind the clock indefinitely during the fourth quarter if it's a blowout, but perhaps in New York, the guideline is only when the ball is set. Perhaps. I'm just taking a wild stab at it there. They blow the whistle, and the clock will roll now. Okay. 3:38 to go. First down and 10 from their own 47-yard line. Brody hands it off up the middle, a big hole. Now breaking free for a first down and more down the far sideline. RFA is going to get their first touchdown of the night. Look at that. Gary Kimball on the carry. He takes it for 6.
And you got to like that for RFA. This is homecoming night. Tim Shaw on the sideline not happy to give up that shutout, but nevertheless an exciting victory thus far for the Hornets. But hats off to RFA. They put together finally something that scores. And you got to think, this is their first offensive touchdown again in 2 games. So thankfully did not go 3 games without an offensive touchdown.
So I wonder if they'll go for 2 here, just for, giggles.
Does not appear so.
Yeah, they're going to kick the extra point. Snap, the hold, the kick from the left-footed kicker is up and good.
So it was on the kick, number 16, Logan DeLutis. So the thing about that was weird is DeLutis did not take 2 steps to the right to try to kick it with the side of his foot as most kickers do. He toe poked that one right through.
That he did. That's certainly a testament to his leg strength, but we haven't seen very many kicks from this RFA team tonight.
First one.
That's right. So 3:24 to go in this football game. It's now 48-7. RFA trying to climb back into this one, but I believe any attempts may be futile at this point. What do you think, Steven? 3:24 to go?
You know what? I'll say it. If RFA comes back tonight, I will give you a 100% chance that Syracuse will win against Clemson tomorrow by 24. They'll reverse the spread.
Oh, my. That's quite a bet to place, but
let me parlay it.
We'll see what happens in both cases. We think we know how this one's going to wrap up. The ball is on the tee. 3:24 to go here in this fourth quarter of play. And the kick is up. And it's a swim kick or an onside kick, just barely. A bunch of Hornets diving for it. Let's see who they give it to.
Well, it was the Hornets caught the ball. What happened on that play, number 59,
what on earth?
Nathaniel Tester, he's in the front line on the kickoff return, and it was just kicked directly at him, and instead of moving out of the way, it kind of caught it on its side and was able to return the kick. So hats off to the offensive lineman, Nate Tester, for getting the kick return.
Yeah, for a moment, it didn't even seem like he fielded the ball, but he did, and then somehow cut it upfield. That's certainly interesting to see in an onside kick. But, yeah, you know what? When it comes right down to it, in a game like this, at this point in the game, you can see just about anything. Dowska lined up under center. He's got 2 backs behind him. First down and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Here's the pitch to the near side. Looking for room around the edge. He's got a first down and more, and he is dragged down hard, down close to the 30-yard line of RFA. That's number 12, Nathan McCray on the carry.
And McCray was good at getting to the outside. Number 75, Daniel Sokolovic, who we've seen primarily on defense this season, was able to get good leverage on the outside linebacker to give McCray a solid hole to run through. And shout out to Braden Florzik for blocking the outside back and giving McCray distance to run.
So with 2:36 to go in this football game, this seemingly endless fourth quarter, FM lines up at the 32-yard line of RFA. Here's the handoff up the middle of the field, and really no room to run there. So it'll be second down and 10 after the attempt by Padel, Justin Padel. the 5'10", 153 senior.
Mason Edwards on the stop.
Second down and 11 right now. You got to think, will they put in Vedat Gökmen, the guy from Turkey? I mean, he's got a great story. Never watching a football game before and just saying, you know what, I want to try out and play football.
The 5'10" offensive lineman, maybe. Keeping our eyes out for him. Dauska under center, 2 backs behind him. And a back offset to the left. Here's the pitch to the left side. Just barely brought in, and it'll be powered forward for a gain of maybe 3 or 4 yards on the carry. So it'll be 3rd down and about 7 yards to go after the Nate McCray run to the left side.
And as the clock winds down here, 1:25 and rolling.
That's right now, 1:20 left to go.
Dauska runs back to the huddle.
I'd like to thank all of you for tuning in here tonight. 48-7 is the score in favor of FM. Gotta love it if you're a Hornets fan. Dauska under center, 2 backs behind him, and he's going to hand it off to the right side, powering up the middle of the field, and he'll have a gain of maybe 70 yards. Bedell taking it up to the, let's see where they put it, 22-yard line. Or rather, it looks like that's actually going to be about the 25-yard line, perhaps. Gosh, the angle that we're looking at the first down marker is all of a sudden getting to me at the end of this game. 26 seconds left to go until the final buzzer.
This is going to be the final snap of the game, Julian.
That it will, and just taking it himself is Dauska. And he'll be taken down, and that'll do it. 17 seconds are on the clock, but they're just going to say, wind this one out. And that's the ball game. Coming into Rome Academy, we didn't know what we were going to see from the FM Hornets with so many injuries, but tonight they certainly asserted their dominance with a 48-7 victory over Rome Free Academy. They'll march on back to Manlius next week to take on West Genesee with a 4-1 record. And Stephen, that game will be right here on CMY Stream, but what a performance from the Hornets.
Tonight, the Hornets really made a statement. You know, we saw after halftime, we didn't know whether the Hornets would come out slow out of the gates. A lot of teams, if they're up by a lot towards the end of the after the first half, they kind of just don't show a lot of, they just have a general malaise towards the rest of the game. But Evan Welling with the 5-yard touchdown with 7:22 in the third quarter put him up ahead 35-0. Then we saw Jack Nucerino with a touchdown after that in the fourth quarter, putting up 42-0. Charlie Josephson with 7:22 left in the fourth quarter, put him up 48-0. And then Gary Kimball, the lone scorer for the Rome Free Academy Black Knights, a 53-yard touchdown run with 3:24 left in the final quarter, made this final score 48-7, and that's what it held at, Julian.
And get this, we've got some final scores coming in from around the CNY Stream family. Jamesville DeWitt nearly came back to defeat Auburn after being down 26-6, I believe, where I'm hearing from my producer, Tate. What were they down by, do you know? Oh, no, he's telling me in my ear that he doesn't know, but I can tell you that they were down by a lot, and Jamesville DeWitt came back on a valiant effort and nearly defeated Auburn. The final score, 26-24.
You know, sometimes comebacks like this fall short. We didn't see a comeback of any type here tonight, but Rome Free Academy played valiantly. They put drives together. This is something they can build on. Don't look at the scoreboard. If I'm the Black Knights head coaching staff, I'm not going to look at the scoreboard. I'm going to look at the fact that we had multiple drives come together that we just couldn't capitalize on, and I guarantee you they'll be working on red zone offense for the rest of this week. So
be sure to tune in tomorrow as CNY Stream heads out to Skinny Atlas as the Skinny Atlas Lakers take on IT Syracuse Central. But until then, I am Julian Barron for Stephen Kemp to my left and my producer Tate Sigworth to my right. Thanks so much for tuning in to CMY Stream. Be sure to follow us at CMY Stream on Twitter. We'll see you next time on CMY Stream.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll towards the sun rays, and